We are live. I'm Sunday Ledger on everyone's favorite silly, cynical asshole. I'm here with Wayward. I'm here with Hatchet, returning favorites, and I'm also here with my one of my main one of the original main trio, one of the original Musketeers. First time on my channel. And not and not Salem's. Megatron, aka Dayton. We might get back tunes later down the line. How is everybody doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's amazing. Amazing. And and if you all know, we're here to talk about quite possibly one of the biggest gaming blunders of the new decade.
Joel's Pro Golfing Tournament 2020.
This is a game a lot of people look forward to that a lot of people are regretting. Oh my god.
Sony ponies are just in absolute shame.
What I love about this the most is that almost every single leak turned out to be true. That's what makes this the most satisfying.
It's
Every single one.
Not a single one failed.
Especially
Like,
when it came close to
oof.
ending without Ellie killing Abby.
Oh man, that's the weirdest part
So,
to me. Like, why wouldn't they
let's
make it
just-
an open-ending question?
What'd you say?
Why wouldn't they make that like a question? Like, you could because one of the great things about the first game, I'd say, was it actually ended on a question, where like it ended where you could decide whether or not Joel told the rest of them, or not really the rest of them, but Ellie, about what happened. And that was the coolest thing about it to me, story-wise, in the last game. I don't understand why they wouldn't do that with that.
The first game I thought was like intentionally left vague, so you're like, yeah, like that whole like you come to your own conclusions about it. And like the fact that they handle it in like a random flashback is kind of a slap in the face. It's like people were like, how did she handle being told that what Joel did? And I'm like, that would actually be more interesting to watch than whatever we got here.
I don't know. Here's my thing. I really think that from the start they should have just made new characters. Like, it could have just been about like Abby and then maybe some other characters, something like that. And
It seems like it wanted to be about new characters.
it should have just been new characters. I don't understand why we need to go back to like Ellie and Joel. Like, I think we should just never know what happened to them.
Status quo, marketability.
I think it was more marketability because people were like, okay, let's start off with these new characters. And that's kind of like how I felt with Red Dead Redemption 2. I was like, this didn't need to be a prequel to Red Dead Redemption. It could have like held up on its own.
Yeah.
I've actually heard that comparison before, where someone was saying that they like they liked it overall, but they said they didn't like the some parts of the ending. It reminded them Red Dead, which I did see that one. That one was kind of weird. It just kind of it ended and then just kind of kept going for like an extra chapter.
Yeah, and then there was like a bunch of plot holes that didn't make a lot of sense. With that, this is like I said, this is a discussion of The Last of Us, so I won't get too much in detail. But like Red Dead Redemption 2, in my personal opinion, it really did stand like I like parts of it. I like it for the most part. Like I give it a 7 out of 10. But like when compared to the first game, especially the story, I don't think it really gelled as well. And a large part of the problem for that was it was an unnecessary prequel. That was like my biggest gripe with it, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it would be a bad idea of doing a prequel, but for when you add in characters like Micah, Arthur, the Reverend, Miss Grimshaw, Molly, the girls, it's like, but when Marston says he rode with Javier, Bill, and Dutch, it's like, it should have just been focused on them, and you could still have John Marston being the main character. But it's
Like
just,
here,
you could have just,
here's.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm keeping
and you
up,
could have
man.
ended the game from when they left him to die, and then do a small epilogue of how John, Abby, and Jack being on Preacher's Hope.
Hey, Megatron, someone in chat is saying that they can barely hear you.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully that works now.
I can hear you fine. How about everybody else?
I can hear.
Okay, don't know what's up with that. Then again, I'm using my phone.
Yeah. I personally think that Red Dead Redemption 2 did. I think. Let me put something out here. Red Dead Redemption is probably one of my favorite games ever made, and it, honest to God, does the whole revenge-seeking story better than The Last of Us 2. Way better. Even the epilogue, as depressing as it is, was treated way better. Oh my God, it was way better. When I was watching these walkthroughs of this game, and I legitimately thought about Red Dead Redemption 1 and how it handled the whole cycle of revenge, I was thinking, wow, it was done so much better there that I kind of want to go back and play it again because the story was just so damn good.
Well, that's what I expect from Rockstar, at least. Like, I never played a Red Dead game. I'm pretty sure that's blasphemy to some people, but from what I can tell, Rockstar, they seem, when it's not anything GTA related, they seem to put a shitload of effort into the story-based games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, even though I think like Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't as good as Red Dead 1, both in gameplay and in story. Yes, Burning Exeter, I said it, gameplay and story, they're both, like, Red Dead 1 is better in my opinion. I still think it did a lot better. It just did everything better. And here's the thing, I want to talk about the fun stuff that came from The Last of Us 2. And we're going to talk the fuck out of spoilers, so get ready. Don't get ready. If you don't want to get spoiled, I would leave right now.
Get ready for the Senator Armstrong memes.
Oh, it's ma'am.
That actually pretty awesome if she did that. I'd be all for it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I played pro ball.
Jesus Christ.
Could have gone pro.
Oh wait, pro golf. What am I thinking? Pro golf.
I played pro golf. I played next to Tiger Woods.
Oh man.
I played all the greats.
I remember there was a Duke Nukem meta that had John St. John going trans rights and all that shit, and I laughed my ass off.
Oh my God. One of the things that I want to talk about is, like, people keep saying that Abby's actually a good character.
Oh no.
Has anyone actually watched her walkthrough? Like, watched the character and everything she does?
I have seen some ordinary gamer play it, and from what I can pick up, she has a shit life, but I don't think she's a forced character. Like, insanely forced.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Abby is, she's a fucking cunt. She's a terrible person. I'm sorry. She's just, and the only justification they have is he killed my dad. That's all it is. He killed my dad. They gotta kill Joel. She sounds like a fucking 12-year-old, man. And it's so, and like everything, that's like the worst thing that happened to her. Like that's the worst. Like you live in the zombie apocalypse, and the worst thing that happened to you was that your dad was killed.
So she's Chloe from Life is Strange.
Close. Close. That's a close comparison, but I don't think. I think like the idea around Chloe is that at least like it's implied that her stepdad's abusive and all that other shit. She has like problems. The problem with this is like her like Abby's character begins and ends with her getting revenge, and she gets it, and she doesn't really have any self. Let me put it this way. In the beginning of the game, right? It's like an hour of you doing literally nothing. I'm not even kidding. You're not doing anything plot relevant. You're not doing anything meaningful to the story.
But was it cinematic? Oh.
No, it was yeah, it was cinematic, all right. But like nothing really happens in terms of plot. All we know is that Ellie isn't really talking to Joel, and they're not really on speaking terms. And then, like, Joel saves Abby's life from, like, a horde of the infected zombies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the minute they reveal his name, you guys probably already know this, but people have complained, like, oh, he gives them his name. He just walks into a room where they can easily ambush him. Basically, Joel acts completely out of character because, you know, his primary character trait is that he was always careful. He was always aware. He was always pragmatic. He would never just tell somebody his name and then just walk into a closed room with a bunch of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what happens. Okay, right after saving Abby's life and offering her sanctuary and safety and like, hey, we got a camp, we can help you, you know, like immediately after saving Abby's life, she blows his fucking leg off, tells them to like you know how you like hold the blood in with the belt or something.
Mm-hmm.
So she can literally torture him. Then she beats his head in with the golf club when he saved her life 5 minutes earlier. I'm not exaggerating. 5 minutes. 5 minutes after this man literally saved your life, you murder him in the worst way possible.
It's fucking ridiculous.
That's asking a lot to care about her. I've seen the videos where people were just like, they get to the parts like, I don't want to play as this bitch. It just starts out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you have this character and she murders a fan favorite, and now you're just going to shift the view, expect people to be cool with playing as the character who just slaughtered for your main star, the character everybody likes, and not even for like a short section, but for a full 10 hours. Fuck off with that.
But was she relatable?
She wasn't even that. She was awful. She's an awful person. Like they really try to build up like sympathy for her, but throughout the entire I watched the entire walkthrough, she is an awful person. Even by zombie apocalypse standards, she's awful. You know, okay, let me put that this way. Ellie has a girlfriend in the game, right? Her name is I think her name was like Dina.
I was like, oh,
yeah, Dina, right? And spoiler alert, she's pregnant with her ex-boyfriend's child. But of course, he's such a nice guy, and he's completely okay with the fact that Ellie is basically basically cucked him. He's perfectly fine with getting cucked because that's the kind of guy. That's how most normal guys would react.
Oh wow, they could have just made it something like he's dead or something like that, and
No, wait. It gets better. It gets better. He was actually a pretty decent guy, and he's actually probably the most likable character in the entire game. Guess who shoots him in the head unceremoniously?
Abby.
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 Oh God.
She shoots him straight in the head,
nice.
and she shoots Tommy in the eye, and
But
so
yes,
Tommy
Tom-
lost his eye, and he's handicapped now. So now his leg is jacked up, so he can't even move right. And when he gets back, he divorces from his wife. Everyone gets shit on in this game. Ironically, the only person who gets a somewhat happy ending is Abby.
Of course she
Good
does.
for her. Good for her. She's
Like-
probably
like-
relatable
like-
and has a heart of gold.
No, dude. Let me put something out there. You know what happens in one scene? And like this is where I was like, "What the fuck? You really want me to like you? Not even like. Find this character tolerable. You know what she does. I'm not exaggerating when I say she's a sadist, terrible person. You guys see me on Twitter, and I'm like, Abby is legitimately terrible, and like I'm not exaggerating. There's this one scene near like the end of the game. It's after the fight scene where you got to play as Abby and fight Ellie, and yeah, it's really. A lot of people said, no, we're not fighting Ellie and let Ellie kill her. It says, no, that's the ending. Ellie gets her revenge. Fuck this character. People just let her win the boss fight. It's hilarious.
That's pretty good.
PewDiePie did it, and he was like, yeah, that's the ending. That's the ending. We're done. That's the ending. Ellie gets her revenge. And I'm like, I would have actually preferred that if you let us do that. Like, I would be legit happy if you did that.
This is a good time to bring this up. Like, it's kind of a stealth game. So one thing that can happen in stealth games, you can go pacifist path. Like, what if you could actually go pacifist path with like Abby?
You can't do that with Abby.
I know you can't, but like, I'm just saying, like, what if you could, and like, you could actually turn her into a good person? It's just really hard.
You get another sex scene with
that
Druckmann.
No, you would not. Nah, Druckmann. He's not. I don't think he's smart enough to pull that off.
You mean?
I think he legit. I think he's a lot like Ryan, where he's a writer who lacks any forethought whatsoever. He doesn't think about what he writes. He just writes it down and wants to sound as clever as possible. He doesn't actually think about what he writes.
See, I would say that, but when all the memes were coming out about how Druckmann's OC was fucking the Abby character, it's you want to know what he did? He didn't respond. Instead, he edited his Twitter bio to say "abuser of character's shoulders."
Seriously?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes, he unironically did that. Well, he probably did that as a joke, but I think he that character that looks like him.
It does look exactly like him.
Owen is a terrible Owen's kind of everyone's a shit character. Everyone, because like they did was kind of stupid. They said, "Hey, let's have you kill these characters first, and then show their perspective." And I'm like, no, I still don't care about these characters. They all suck. They still all suck.
Yeah.
They still all suck. But like I said, like where was I? Anyway, like it's near the end of the game. You know, it's she's beating the crap out of Ellie, right? Abby's like literally manhandling Ellie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got the meme where she's trying to get off of her. And like the thing about it is her girlfriend Dina comes in and tries to get her off of her, and Abby just like goes in and starts wailing on her, and she's and Dina is clearly just trying to fight back, trying to get away, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Dina, and again, like I said, Dina's pregnant. So Ellie's like, leave her alone. She had nothing to do with this. Let her go. Let her go. She's pregnant. You know what? Now here's the thing: a character with an ounce of sympathy, with an ounce of humanity, would be like, would pause, look at themselves, and you have some moment of clarity, or remorse to a degree, if they just heard that the person that they're about to kill is pregnant, right? That's what I mean. Ellie accidentally killed somebody who was pregnant, and she was like mortified. It was like the moment where she was like, oh my god, I'm a monster. But you know what Abby does?
What?
You don't know what Abby does? The relatable character we're
just say-
supposed to care about.
With a heart of gold, yes, yes.
The one who
Can
tried to
I
kill a
say
pregnant
this?
woman the same way.
Can
Well,
I?
even a harsher way.
She's about to slit Dina's throat, and once she hears she's pregnant, she gives a grin and says,
Good.
"Good."
Ew, no!
Fucking
Yes, I
hell.
swear to God. And like I heard, and like I saw it on all the streams, and like everyone was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You
Oh
are
my
a
Okay.
psychopath."
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You can't make me sit with 10 hours
Okay.
and make me feel sorry for a bitch like that. Holy fuck.
What would you say her character arc is, or what would you say, like, or at the very least, what were they going for?
I
Shock.
I honest to God don't know. I don't know. Like, 'cause she doesn't really There's this one scene in the. Oh, hey, Florence is here. What's up, Florence? What's up, Swagside?
Oh, and for Burning, Ryan Johnson is a cuck and Druckmann is also a cuck, so it's like comparing piss to shit to me.
But yeah, five. Wow, 5 people. I've never had this many people watch the stream. But yeah, she literally says she's up to Dina's throat and she's pregnant. This is a woman she just heard. Please, like Ellie is begging her, don't kill her, let her go. She's innocent, and she has a baby inside of her, and she smiles. She's taking glee in this and saying good, and is about to slit her throat like an animal. And I'm like, I'm supposed to like get along with this character. I'm supposed to be okay with this character. She is a cunt. I don't like her.
Jesus Christ. Like, oh man. Yeah, I think they were trying to do like you get to be the villain now. You get to be evil, but like
It's not even it's not even that, because they try to play it off like this is like she's slowly revealing they're trying to make her sympathetic and realize, hey, this is actually like, I think what they were going for was like, there are two sides of the same coin, right? And at the end of but I don't know. Here's the thing. Back to what was saying, she doesn't even really get development. She gets her revenge on Joel, and then like all of her quote unquote friends die, but she treats them all like garbage anyway. So I don't feel sympathy for her friends dying.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the only thing that I guess that happens to her that sucks is that that she no longer is with the wolves, who was like the group she's with, right? Because she helped like take down the leader. Because basically, okay, first of all, like 90% of Abby's story, right, has nothing to do with Ellie, by the way. So if you're thinking like Ellie's gonna like tie into the narrative, she literally just keeps popping up, popping back out, popping up, popping back out. She doesn't impact the plot almost at all of like this whole wolves versus scars thing, which goes almost nowhere.
yeah, it sounds like it's going nowhere.
Yeah, but like she ends up with a sidekick who's the trans person. Her name was Lily, but now she's Levi.
So I'm gonna go over with props. They actually went female to male. That's pretty rare. People would usually go the
Yeah.
other way around.
Yeah, well,
Gotta give your
Yeah,
points
and-
where you can get them, man.
yeah, like, and again, it's like that character. It's okay, but like they try to make her like the morality. Like, sorry, they try to make him like I don't know the whole pronoun thing. Sorry. They try to make him.
Ma'am.
No, but like I wouldn't have guessed the character was trans unless they told me. So
Oh yeah,
whatever.
That's usually how it goes in those, like Dragon Ways Inquisition, where the character's like, "Oh yeah, I'm biologically female" or something like that. I don't know, and you're like, "Oh okay."
Yeah.
okay.
They reveal it by saying, this is the one time I kind of got annoyed by it. They reveal it by saying by having them quote unquote dead name her. So like dead name him. They keep calling her Lily, but they prefer Levi, and he's like, my name's Levy, and I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, that really doesn't matter in the zombie apocalypse, but okay. But whatever. It's done well. I'll give him that. It's not horrendous. Okay, hold on a second. There he is. Bags is here.
Hey,
Fellas, how's it going?
that is a
Uh,
regal-looking outfit on your avatar.
Thank you. I discovered my roots as of late. Had to embrace the feeling. Sorry, I'm late. I was on the move, and now I'm resting in a child's bedroom.
Yeah, dude, no problems at all here. No problems at all.
So it's looking average Tuesday.
Yep. Yeah, I heard what you guys are talking about though. Yeah, Levi and stuff. Yeah. Male, female to male.
Yeah, it was. We were
Okay.
talking about how it was handled well. It was handled well.
Wait, one question I had to go back to. So how long did Ellie know about her mistress or whatever? Having, well, actually, she's the mistress. Let's be real
Yes, Ellie
And-
was the home wrecker.
here. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in any case,
Well-
how long did she know about her being pregnant? And she was on the journey with her, right?
She didn't find out until by accident.
Yeah, like apparently she just thought she was sick.
Yeah, Dina kept it a secret
and
on
then-
purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I can at least that makes it to where like Ellie isn't the bad person in this scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ellie. Yeah, ironically, Ellie
She's the same.
suffers everything. She gets
Yeah,
she gets treated like dirt,
she's a
despite
side piece.
almost everything not really being her fault.
Yeah,
I mean, she's still written completely out of character. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of this, she didn't deserve that ending. She didn't
no,
deserve
she
that.
didn't.
I mean, even the DLC that was in Last of Us 1 felt kind of out of character a little bit. Not super out of character, just a little bit.
What, the DLC?
Yeah, it kind of just felt like it. You could definitely feel that it was someone else writing it, as opposed to like the last person that was writing.
The thing with Ellie, I will let slide when it comes to her writing, is that she is still a character who is young. So like Joel is a character I will easily say was written completely different in this game, whereas Ellie is indeed like a 5-year gap character who we knew as a little girl. So there are gaps where I could see her either being more crude, like she kind of is, and well, I don't know.
You
The
got
only
good
thing I would
points.
say, she's way more cold-hearted now. Like, whew, that bloodlust.
But compared to everybody else, though, it seems like
Yeah.
Like the only I can only think of like a few characters in the game that were decent, like not like like at least
people?
decently written.
Ah,
And that would be Jesse.
Jesse. Yeah, I was gonna say Jesse too. He was actually nice.
Dina's just so
She's just
Dina's just so flat. She's just such a flat character. You could honestly take her out of the story and nothing would really. You could take her
Ooh.
and Jesse out of the story and nothing would really change. The more I think about it.
The only thing that will change is now that's less people Ellie has to be sad over.
So
Yeah.
basically, Asami from Korra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she adds nothing. She is generic girlfriend.
It's crazy
That's all
because
she is.
I don't even know if. Well, I think Jesse died before he had the chance to find out he was going to be a dad.
He knew.
He knew, right? Okay.
Yeah, he knew. Dina just didn't get the chance to tell him.
Stupid Dina. didn't tell the goddamn man he's going to be a dad.
And then Dina let when at that point near the end where you have like a whole hour left and you play on the farm and you got the kid and they try to play it off like a happy ending.
Oh
And
yeah.
we can't just have that. And then it gets to the point where Ellie's where Ellie has to go. And I thought that was so unnecessary. I mean,
Ellie
you
getting
already
that revenge still.
yeah, not only that, not that exactly. I mean, like at that point, Abby really did just deserve to die. She is a
Yes.
horrible person, and the world would be better off without her.
Should have
I
took her
think-
ass out.
Yeah, I think taking her out would have probably been okay. What I don't like is at first I thought Dina was at least somewhat, okay, a decent character.
Yeah.
But when she said she's not doing it again, okay, first of all, you sorry, I'm thinking. Ellie told you the first time around you didn't need to go. You volunteered to go the first time around. So I don't know what this
That
whole
is true.
you're dragging us back into it. You went the first time on your own. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That's true, but the reason I'll let it slide because Ellie's actions did lead to Jesse getting killed, and despite Dina, I don't know, being on and off with the big gay or not, but it caused the child a father, so I could understand her saying, you know, Ellie, I don't know, you're letting it get to you a bit too much. You don't have a plan. You're just gunning it, and you're not Rambo, so you should take it easy.
And
I can understand that aspect though, because
and once you think about it, the story's all about not letting the cycle of revenge continue or engulf you or whatever.
Yeah.
But Ellie, think about it. Ellie is the one who suffers the most, and Abby's the one who started the cycle of revenge and gets her revenge. It pretty much gets off scot-free.
The Chad Abby versus the Virgin Ellie. Yes.
Druckmann wrote it to try to make Ellie look like the bad guy.
You know what's weird
and
though?
Make Abby look like the better man because she
Yeah.
walked away. And I'm like,
But
no,
that's a weird part
that's
too
not.
that I don't like in the story. Why did Abby walk away? Ellie was on the floor crying, back turned. If I was Abby, I'd be like, this dumbass woman came at me again. I would have knocked her with my big fridge arms and just knocked her out and killed
I mean,
her.
at that point, she was a lot weaker for some reason. I don't know what the hell
Yeah,
happened.
I don't know what happened. Physically, she looked weaker too. I was like, what happened to the gains, bro? You were out here looking like a tank. You're
Even
punching clickers.
going off the baby, I would say it's only been a couple of months. She was jacked. She would still be and considering she's still surviving or whatever, she would still get consistent exercise even if she wasn't pumping it.
Those
So
muscles,
she would still be pretty brick.
those muscles
by the
took,
time she
a
meets
whole
Ellie
life
again.
to change. That's how built she was. I don't know what she was eating over there, but
steroids.
Skinny
It
little
was called
90-pound
it was this
woman.
beautiful thing called steroids.
Listen, I don't know where they're getting steroids in the apocalypse, but I need some of that because god damn, she's built like a truck, and Ellie is built like a goddamn popsicle, and somehow only lost 2 fingers and not her life. She should have lost more. She should have
Man,
gotten
I don't.
freaking Batista bombed onto the boat for threatening Levi. Like I don't get. Abby could have still beaten her ass. The moment Ellie stopped, Abby kind of just walks away, which I get it. Abby's like, you know what? I got my ass, but I'm leaving. I personally just, what's stopping her from coming back? What's stopping Abby from going? Got to get them gains back. 2 months later, she's built like Chris Redfield again, and she just demolishes Ellie's entire life.
I mean, she already did.
Nah, I'm talking about the end of end, the final battle. 1v1, fight me, bro. This ain't Walking Dead. I'm not gonna Rick Grimes you. I'm gonna slam you to the goddamn table. Just end her life. Leave nothing alive.
Let me tell you this right now, brother. I've been through so much bullshit. I done taken it up the ass by my creator, and I lost my father. Bitch, why do you think I'm here? You just,
right.
Like I hated when she was like, we let you live. Why are you going after my friends? I'm like,
You shouldn't have let her live.
bitch,
You,
are you
of all people, should know better.
serious?
Joel let your little ass live when he killed your daddy.
Oh
And
yeah.
look
So
what happened?
did the game
Yeah.
add anything gameplay elements to the game, like new mechanics and stuff?
Oh yeah. They added like we got swinging. Well, the swinging mechanic, they got like rope and stuff. The rope is all
Yeah,
like,
but they got rid of
pretty-
they got rid of a lot of the puzzles though. Like there's
They got
only
rid of the
no
puzzles.
I will admit they got rid of the water puzzle. That was hot
Yeah.
garbage. Get it out of here. It made no
Yeah.
sense. Like there's
I mean,
always
you could swim now, but then they still took out the water puzzles. You could still have swimming and water puzzles at the same time.
they could find better puzzles. I think there's better
Yeah.
puzzles than
They
water.
Yeah,
also
like they
added,
they couldn't have got they could have gone like Uncharted with
Yeah.
it and still
Okay.
had puzzles in it.
One thing I
Okay.
like is they added like the workbench. How when like you're building your stuff.
Mhm.
It doesn't like pause the game, so like you can still be on the workbench, and if there's somebody nearby, it'll tackle you. And
Oh,
it's
no.
nice.
Yeah,
It's
that's
pretty-
that's
it looks
yeah, that
nice.
was a jump scare for that.
Yeah, I was like,
that
whoa,
happened one time.
That's actually pretty good. That's pretty
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
That's cool.
I will say one thing I'll say about the first game. I always didn't really like having a partner. Really, I know it was like important for the story purposes, but I never really liked it. Like that Ellie's AI would just decide to go
Well,
AWOL every now and then. Like I'd be
The
like
AI in this
undercover.
game is honestly no better. Like
I
Dana
didn't
will
seem
stand
like
right
it.
in front of the enemies.
I mean, I've seen
I've
I heard people say that the AI is more competent, but it's not like leagues
Like,
better.
They're like
But-
an inch, centimeter, millimeter more competent. The
I don't
clickers
know.
are way worse. They're dumb.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else like had this like problem. Like 2 times in my playthrough, like Ellie would just
Mhm.
like go off and just like I'd be in cover and she's like, okay, and I'm gonna gank this guy right in front of all his friends, and you deal with that. I'm like, oh, go fuck yourself, Ellie.
Oh, thank you, Ellie. Wow, leave me with the grown man stuff. Thanks, you little
Thanks,
bastard.
babe. Love you.
Little bastard.
She messed me up so many times like that, and then sometimes they'll
Yeah.
just decide the enemies will decide to see her.
Now, one
It's
thing
like
I don't like.
Burning Exeter says all of this comes down to one thing. I don't think Last of Us should have had a sequel. The first game wrapped
Same.
itself up nicely enough for a
Yes.
strong, ambiguous note.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
everyone agrees that this
Yes.
didn't
No,
need a
that
sequel.
would. Yeah, the first thing they should have done was not this.
Not
But-
this at all.
Yeah,
Different
just, if
characters.
they did,
That's
you'd make a whole different story. Like they made like Abby, like they made it the villain story, and you're just like it's like okay, you're going to have to inhabit this person who's just a terrible person the whole time through. You're going to have to feel.
imagine
this.
that.
That'd be a little better to me.
That'd been different. It'd been okay if like the whole game was just
Oh,
Abby partner, and then the twist is, the guy we're trying to hunt down was Joel the whole time. And I mean, personally, I can't go, oh no, but Joel's a good guy. That man chose
I mean,
his feelings over everything else, and I could understand that. So if the whole entire game was just Abby, and then the twist midway is it's Joel you have to defeat.
That would have been cool. That'd have been better. I think it seemed like there's like where they had to she killed Joel and then you have to hop into her. That's asking so much of people.
that's not what happened. What happens is this: you play as Joel for like the first 2 minutes.
2, 3
Of the
on a
game.
horse. That's like you just ride into town and that's it.
Yeah, and then
cinematic.
you play. I think then you play as you play briefly as Abby, and then you like play as Ellie for like the next
Yeah, you play Abby. Abby's like she wakes up. This is a problem I have with the game. Is that Abby as a character? It's like okay, we got this character. Leaks or no leak, you kind of have a feeling that this character is out for something. She wants someone in that town, and we could only guess since Last of Us really is only about 2 other characters. It's like, oh, she wants Joel. We could guess that. This character, the journey is there's no. She stumbles onto Joel like a child stumbles onto gold in the middle of a sidewalk with like zombies. That's how easy
we
got what she
already talked about this part where she
You
like
did? All right, okay,
just
yeah,
finds him and like
yeah, then you
and like
play Abby like you said.
after he saves her life, she doesn't even hesitate. The minute
she's
she
like,
hears
nah.
it's like, yeah, I gotta kill this motherfucker. Yeah,
Even
yeah.
though later
after
in the
he-
game, she says this
if
line where
they-
she's like, I always consider good deeds people do for me, something like that. And I was like, well, you didn't hesitate when Joel saved you. What the hell was that all about, man? That's a weird line.
like, and then she like, and then you yo, Bags, what do you think about that? What do you think about the one scene where she's about to kill like Dina and she says "good" when she hears
Oh,
that
she
she's
was like,
pregnant?
"Good. Do it."
I was like,
Was it like,
I was like,
okay, actually, here's a good follow-up question on the back to a question from way earlier. Was it more of like a story about like Abby slowly getting broken down over time and then becoming this person?
Well, it's
not
more of Abby just living with the effects of because she does have her own story. Like other than
Oh.
after killing Ellie,
Like-
Joel.
like I said, like it's like 90% of the story has nothing to do with what she did or Ellie
Really?
or none of it.
She
Yeah.
roams around her own town. She has her own people.
See,
She ends up fighting a cult. Stuff happens.
that's
She
the
runs to-
Republican cult.
Yeah, the cult guys. I
Nah, they're not. They're not like that. That's just that was actually bullshit. I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
They were just
Ah.
cults.
still-
I don't know. Were they cannibals?
I-
No, they weren't even cannibals either. They were just.
But like, they
Just a
were
bunch of
just like
a-holes.
they were like a cult, but like. I don't know what they're going for. I think it's just
Yeah.
generic
Well,
evil
like,
bad guy
generic-
cult number
First of all,
64.
If you're a writer,
That's what
please
they
avoid
were.
cult. Please avoid cult as a story threat. Cult are they're not threatening. It's if you don't make them threatening or do anything, it's like we're just a group of people that do bad things. That's just lame. Just
That's
avoid
just
cult.
that's
if
just
you
kind
could.
of like what the Survivor people are. You know, it's not really unless
Yeah.
they're like super organized. They're like they're
Yeah.
mafia it out.
Mhm.
That
Like,
kind of thing. Or other than that, if you don't worship Cthulhu, I don't really care.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
that's-
Like if you want to do a cult right, you got to make it like make them belong to like
Yes.
a dark demon god. Have
Yeah,
them
mystery.
monster.
Yeah.
Like the mystery to it
Yeah.
is a really good thing to have for a cult. If they're just we read the Bible, now die.
oh wow, we.
Oh, wow.
Megatron, what were you trying to say? Like Dayton?
I was gonna
Dayton
say-
trying to say something.
Oh
I was gonna
yes.
say, pretty much this cult or the Christian people of this game were pretty much nothing more, well, pretty much like the Knights of Ren. They try to make them look badass, but what do? They just become pathetic.
They're there.
They wait to be threatening.
Mm.
Yeah, Dayton, we can barely hear you. Actually, can you like scoot us
gosh,
more?
I'm really getting sick and tired of this blasted phone.
I can hear you now.
Just-
Yeah,
just-
this is good.
Yeah, you can hear you better now.
Okay.
Here's the thing about the cult. The cult literally only exists to make the wolves look less. Well, ironically,
Less
like
bad.
a cult because they
Yeah.
act like a cult too. To be honest with you, they're just as bad. They have a whole mantra: may your death be swift, or some bullshit like that. They act like a cult too, and they kill people on sight. They're bad people. The
Yeah.
only reason the Scar cult exists is literally just to make these guys look less bad by comparison. And I think that's the best way to describe
Oh
the
wow.
the entire second act of this game. Is dedicated to trying to make these terrible people look like decent people, and it fails spectacularly. It fails on every level.
Burning Exeter asked question. As much as a train wreck of this game is there anything you guys actually liked?
Oh,
For him, it was Gustavo's score, which
Yeah,
anything
I mean
anyone
the
else
game.
liked
I
in the
mean,
game?
and the game does look really fucking good. Don't get us wrong; it looks
Yeah,
amazing.
definitely.
I'm just not that into the art style. I'll say that's just like so I don't like feel that much when it's just like
Fair.
I
top-
like
this is top
the
of the line
first
realistic.
games.
I'm not trying to be
I
like
like the
yeah. Go
I
ahead.
like the first games like costume design better because this one feels like they're trying way too hard to look darkish and gray, and the first game
Everyone
had
dressed like a mom.
Oh yeah, they were all about
yeah.
I remember that was
Some
like a thing where like that's where it kind of felt like we're left like a bring over from Uncharted. But I'll take Jack any day. Give me
The
But,
only thing I liked in this game. Oh wait, no, you go first, Wayward.
yeah, I was gonna say I really haven't played it, so I really can't say too much. But
Yes. Okay.
you mentioned some of the gameplay stuff that got added, and like I heard like Donkey saying that there's a lot more like ways you can go about like resolving a conflict. It's like a bigger area for the conflict.
Yeah,
like
that's mostly because like the world is bigger and you could traverse more, so there's a lot of room to go on buildings or go out windows, crawl through crawl spaces. I think
See, that's
crawl
pretty
into
cool.
cars, too.
I'll give that. I liked even if it is just like stealthy Uncharted. I still kind of liked Uncharted. I didn't love it, but I
Yeah.
still like that. I still like the gameplay. I don't think it's like gonna be like, ooh, I gotta get this for the gameplay kind of thing. But it's still cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time with Uncharted and stuff in the first game.
Well,
I wanted a another Jack and Daxter game so bad until I saw like some concept
to
art they
wait.
were gonna do with
Oh,
it, trying to make it
no.
look realistic. I was like,
ew.
no, don't
Ew.
do that.
Ew.
Limited Games did
No, God.
Not that.
Limited
editing.
Games did a mock-up box for PS4 of that artwork. It looks just like it's like the Mega Man, like the American Mega Man box art.
Ooh. My favorite. Delicious.
It's
Oh
it's that
God,
good.
no.
Big boy. Big Mega Man.
Yeah, and that's why I'm just like, yeah, you guys just go ahead and let it die. Just it's better dead than in your hands.
Um,
I will say one part of the game that I do like. Well, the only answer that I have, flashbacks with Ellie and Joel, because that's all that matters to me. Where they're being not all the flashbacks, just the one with they're at the planetarium and the dinosaur scene. Because I was like, yes, father and daughter. This is what I wanted, nothing else.
yeah, those scenes were cute.
But they
I
break the story.
didn't like I said, this is coming from somebody who wasn't like that into the first game of The Last of Us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't like the one where they tried to like retcon the Fireflies.
Oh, the black
The
lady?
DLC. The DLC.
No, like the flashback where they try to say Ellie was the last hope, and like Joel did I mean, don't get me wrong, Joel did something that was kind of fucked up
Yeah, he said
by
he-
taking Ellie, but like at the end of the day, like it wasn't like this black and white thing. And they're trying to set it up like this is a black and white thing. Like this is like Joel really did like doom millions of people because he took Ellie away. Not only did you guys admit there was a slim chance this wasn't gonna work, not only did you guys admit that, but like what would a vaccine really be useful for at this point?
Oh yeah, it's like there's the world's already kind of like messed up unless it like could be weaponized.
The world is fucked. It's not a little messed up. It's fucked.
Well, I meant like
You're-
you could if they could weaponize it or something like that, but then like how would they mass produce it and all that? They don't really have
mass
like
produced it. The bigger question is distributing it though.
Yeah,
'cause
like
I'll
who
say
gets
that-
what
Will it
who
come
gets
at a
what?
cost?
Like what's
Walking,
power.
gonna
I'm just
happen?
saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Walking Dead, like by issue like 150 or whatever, they felt more organized as a society than the Last of Us people did. Like they were not like they were not in the shape to do that kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
just did not believe that.
Because here's the thing
Like-
I don't like about I like the flashbacks, but I don't like the flashbacks because they break the story for me, where a lot of people make the excuse that same stuff you hear with like Luke Skywalker, where no one stays the same after a certain amount of time, and as why Joel did. Joel was just giving out his name and stuff like, "Hi, I'm Joel, and this is Tommy. This is my brother. We're like the best as a friend," stuff like that. And when I thought to myself, well, maybe there's a point there. Maybe 5 years did make them soft in this nice town. But then when I see this one flashback where Joel does eventually tell Ellie what he did, and she straight up says she cuts him out of her life. She's like, "We're done. I'm going back to the township, but we're done." So I'm like, wait a minute. So that means from that point to now, Joel has been unhappy. The hell he should be back to his default settings. This man should be angry, depressed.
And that's something else. That's something else I don't understand. I get like they want to show like Ellie being upset that she could, but like I said, this is kind of like a retcon because you're trying to like paint this as Ellie was the last hope for humanity, and I'm like they openly, even the Fireflies openly admitted there was a really, 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 really strong possibility that they would have just sacrificed Ellie for nothing. They wouldn't have gotten anything from it, and at the end of the day, they probably would have killed a 14-year-old girl without her consent. So
They had her
just
consent.
stating. They had consent. Ellie didn't know about it. Ellie didn't know that they might kill her. They just said, "Let's run some
No,
tests on
I'm pretty
you."
sure she knew that she would die from that. I'm pretty sure she
Ellie
knew that.
didn't really get the chance to.
She didn't get to have that
That's why she got
conversation.
mad. That's why she was mad at Joel, and I understand that too. Because she's like, you didn't even let me talk to them. You didn't let me allow like chances to look out options.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, she was. Yeah, like that because she was already under. Remember, she was already under. They were gonna do it.
Yeah.
Without her consent. That's what
that's
I'm
why
saying. Like,
that's why
you can't get mad at. You can't get mad at Joel for that.
He's not
okay.
wrong.
It's been a while since I played it, so maybe she didn't know. I thought she knew that it was like a slim chance and all that.
No, she didn't know she was gonna die.
In any case, he was like the closest thing. I'd also still just argue he's the closest thing to a parent that she had, and he had the right to be like, oh no, we're not.
And the reason she was mad too is he lied for because the flashback when she finds out, it seems like it's probably only let's say a year and a couple of months before the part 2 takes place. So
at that point, it's 2 years. It was 2 years before that happened.
Yeah, and she's like, "What the hell, bro?" And she cut him off. But Joel.
What I don't understand is like Joel doesn't go any further. It's like, it seems like this. It feels like she's more upset. Like even then, technically Joel didn't lie. They didn't have a cure. They even admitted again that there was a strong possibility that Ellie wouldn't have gotten them the vaccine.
Oh no, but you gotta remember what he said to her exactly. He didn't just say that, oh, there was no vaccine. He lied to her saying, oh, there was other candidates. That was the biggest lie he told her. Because there was no other candidates. She really was the only one.
My memory's fuzzy, but didn't they say they went through other people? Like what Ellie has is rare.
Yeah,
it's rare. Yes. Well, okay. So in one part of part 1 of the game, you go through the the grates, and in the grates you find a recorder, and the recording has one of the scientists saying that they had tried it on other people, but they didn't have the same exact enzyme in her brain that they were in need of. So they were actually experimenting on people that they shouldn't have been experimenting on, and and then but if we could get a person with the enzyme, it could work. But like you said, they also said it's not 100%. It wasn't 100%. That's why Joe was like, Also, Joe was like, that's my daughter, so screw you guys.
And not to mention, like I said, the world was fucked. You can't really. It won't. It won't ever be unfucked. You get like at this point, like humanity is fighting. That's why whenever you do a zombie story, I think people should understand this. Whenever you're doing like a zombie story, it is very important that you understand that that at the end of the day, sorry about the echo, by the way.
You're fine.
Is that you understand that a cure in a zombie apocalypse story usually doesn't come up because at the end of the day, the zombie apocalypse is more along the lines of setting up tension for the real horror of it, which is basically people being in a very confined space with environments and stuff like that. It's not really about the zombies. The zombies are just there as basically the zombies are more there for a setting rather than an active threat you can fight against.
Yeah.
It's not really about a cure because humanity has already collapsed. Now the whole point of this is surviving. And like trying to have like a vaccine so they could rebuild society wouldn't really make sense because there's so many factors that just wouldn't work. That's why I think
the only way I think it would
the
work
idea of a
is that the vaccine isn't like it doesn't like because you can't cure the dead, like especially the clickers in those games. Like poof, clickers, they're done. If you're a clicker, you're just no coming back.
Yeah.
Unless the vaccine was a thing where it's like, oh, it builds immunity to people. That's something that could work because hey, we're all immune and we kill the rest of the zombies.
What's that one Will Smith movie? That I Am Legends movie?
I Am Legend, yes.
I think
the
that
book was better. The book was better. I'll just say that.
I just thought it was stupid that he came. He's like, oh, he's blind the whole time or whatever.
Yeah, Book of Eli was fucking retarded, man. I don't know what Book of Eli had 3 cool scenes, and the rest was just stupid.
That's how I describe it. I was like, there's some cool scenes. It's worth the watch, but it's not something that I'm gonna be thinking about every day, and then feel like I need to watch like right away again.
Yeah, Mila Kunis was really miscast in that movie.
She usually is.
She can't do tough. She can't do that. She can't do the whole tough badass thing. She can't. Why do people keep trying?
Yeah, like that happened in Max Payne 2 where she was supposed to be I can't remember the main girl, the girl of the games, that she was just like, I was just like, man, Mark Wahlberg didn't feel like the guy either.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't do the tough badass. And Jupiter Ascending.
High art.
Oh my god,
Top tier.
I love that movie. I love it.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
I will never watch that movie ever in my life because it looks. Oh, God.
No, you need to watch it because of that. Trust me, it is worth the watch.
Slim
It
setting
is
up for
that
trap.
fucking dumb, but it's
Beware.
so good.
Beware.
Oh my god.
Approach
Like,
at your own caution.
Oh my god, it's so stupid.
He's a
Oh
fucking
my
dog.
god, guys! I realized something.
What?
We were in this. Remember when I said it's supposed to come here to laugh? We literally were. This is the very first podcast where we actually stay on topic and analyze a fucking piece of media when I wanted to just laugh at it.
But now,
There is always still time to laugh at it. There is never not enough time to laugh at. a story.
Bags. Did you see the Dita part where Abby had her by the throat
Yep.
and she told her she was pregnant and she said, "Oh my god."
I did see it, and I was just like, bruh. All I was saying was just, bruh.
Slim, I have to ask. You watched PewDiePie do the entire Let's Play, right?
Ooh.
Most of it, because like,
Yeah,
but
most
honest to
people.
God, a lot of the game is like boring because you don't really care about fucking Abby. You don't. bad choice of words.
Watching
But you
him
don't
play
really
Abby
care
is
about
the best
you
part
really
because he doesn't stop. He always constantly just calling her bitch.
That was
Yeah, but like when he
Never
got
seen a
when he
man so
got
angry.
when PewDiePie got to that part where she smiles and like gleefully says good, PewDiePie was like
Murder.
Felix was legit like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Listen, I guess you guys just don't understand that Neil Druckmann has created, finally, after all these years, the perfect female antagonist to look up to.
Yeah, like Stunning and Brave.
Stunning and Brave.
Snaps.
We killing
Claps for
pregnant women.
Neil Druckmann. Stunning and Brave.
Anakin and got shit on Abby.
Neil Druckmann creating the strongest female characters in gaming and fucking them later in the car.
I mean,
Who else can
this
top
really isn't too much of a new thing. You guys remember when Ellen Page did the model for what was that game called?
The other
Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond Two Souls. I keep
Yeah.
wanting to call it Beyond Good and Evil for some reason.
No, do not call it a good
Different
game.
Yeah, no, that's
Do
a
not.
good game.
I mean, to be fair, David Cage is a hack too.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I know this.
David Cage, it's like he's French. Of course he's gonna be a pervert.
we.
Yeah, but you made like an
Yeah.
actual like model for that, like they included like vagina and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
David Cage is a
that's
weird motherfucker.
creepy.
I mean, Ellen Page.
But like,
did not like
what
that.
makes it creepy is like they intentionally made her look like a young teenager. That's what creeps me out the most.
I'm one day gonna play a David Cage game, and it's gonna be a suffering mess. I
Have
can
fun
only
playing a game where you
Um,
literally shave for 5 minutes using.
I will say I was making a thing about how player choice kind of usually helps, like would help this game. I don't do, but those games don't really actually give you a choice in those games. Those are
Oh
fake
my
choices.
Yeah.
Florence, I love you, buddy. I love you so much.
I will say
Florence.
Detroit actually had real choices.
You know-
Bruh.
I know
You
Beyond
guys-
Two
you
Souls
guys-
definitely had no choices.
I see it. I see what he wrote.
You guys.
This man's really
guys.
sad.
You know what Florence just
yeah,
said?
that's true. I
Yeah.
think David Cage is at
Abby
least
looks like
entertaining.
Greta Thunberg's head on top of Norman Reedus' body, dude.
It's crazy that I didn't think about it, but like she really do looks like Greta Thunberg in the film.
Yeah, she does. She does.
God,
How dare
thank you, Florence.
dare you
I
kill
love
my
you,
father.
buddy.
But yeah,
Oh,
Florence
man.
also said we had a good point. Like David Cage is entertaining. He's always entertaining. He had a Matrix fight at the end of his game that one time for Fahrenheit 9/11 or whatever, Indigo Prophecy, whatever it's called, and it was stupid. Like the whole movie was just the Matrix. He wanted to make the Matrix.
Everyone wants to be the Matrix.
see.
Highly
No,
David Cage scares me because he made a game on the Dreamcast, a console that I can actually play games for.
oh God. What was the
I
game?
hear that one was good.
It's some 3D tank control game, and I'm scared as fuck because I remember seeing Matt and Wooly literally try to kill each other over that game.
Burning Exeter says, David Cage games at least feel genuine.
Yes, I'll say that. Despite how stupid they could get,
I wouldn't say
they're not trying to piss people off. They're not trying to converge your expectations.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Like you can't really make people like Druckmann and like what's his face from Star Wars. You can't really make them
Ryan
mad
Johnson.
because that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
They were
David
literally
Cage
trying to do that.
Just wanted to tell his stories, which are just weird.
David Cage, he's not fucking with shit people like that. I can give him that.
No, he like does like a movie plot, and then like he'll make it kind of his own kind of twist on it, and then
Yeah.
also he'll have his short-haired girl waifu. He wants tomboy bad.
All
Really
the
bad.
time. There's always a short hair girl.
I mean, like, man, I don't judge. But at least be upfront about it.
Yeah.
At
No,
least
he's very-
own it.
Dude,
Also-
Indigo Prophecy, like you get, like after you beat it, you can like this like extra cutscene where like they're all just kind of like dancing around in their underwear, and like
Hell
it does like
yeah.
a lot of extra zoom in on the fucking short-haired girl.
David
That game.
Cage knows what a man likes.
Was Heavy Rain any good?
I hear that one's all right, and then I think Detroit was pretty good too.
I played
I-
Heavy Rain.
I played Heavy Rain, and I
Mm.
like when I played it at first, I thought like let me put something in perspective. I was like 12 years old when I played it,
Same.
and I thought it was pretty good. But
Yeah.
now looking back at it as a 20-year-old who's struggling with his own writing, Yeah.
It's an
It's,
okay game at best.
Well, it's all gonna be like stupid popcorn
Lots of
entertainment with David
tedious
Cage.
gameplay though.
When I say good, I mean good for one of those cinematic games.
Yeah, it's good for one of those cinematic
It's
games.
it's
but
okay. It's not.
have
It's
fun
not.
doing a
It's
lot of
not
tedious
great.
stretch
It's,
marks
uh,
at the beginning that doesn't need to be put in the game. Like calling your son in the mall for 5 minutes, calling your son to get breakfast for 5 minutes.
Jason.
By the way, did anybody do that whenever that happened in Us, the movie? Like when like the wife, the woman actually said Jason. I was like immediately just like Jason.
Jason.
God,
Jason!
you have no
Jason!
idea how much I hate that meme because my name is Mason and it sounds just fucking like Jason, and I have to hear that. And I always
Mason, you are.
get confused.
Yeah, I think like I think like here's the thing, like I hate it when like you can tell there are certain like cliches put into like certain pieces of media that really does show how bad a writer is. So sometimes when you look at certain pieces of media, you'll see certain cliches that you only would see in badly done fan fiction. This I saw The Last of Us 2, and there's literally the infamous, scene where Ellie takes it in the garage. Abby takes it in the garage. You know how that starts out?
Mm.
It's Abby arguing with Owen, and then they start fighting each other, and then they stop, and then they start making out and having sex. I was like, are we really doing this?
I think I've
Oh,
seen
you
that in
don't
like
believe
5 Adam Sandler movies.
I
God.
mean, like,
You talking about
Wait,
the scene
wait.
where they started smoking and then they just like, fiddled each other's freaking bean, and then like Jesse walks in on them. That scene.
I mean,
no. It's a scene like where Abby, like like the scene where Abby and Owen are doing the Devil's Tango, and the thing,
and
and
can I
like
just
leading up to that, they're literally it's literally arguing, then fighting, and then
Yeah, she stopped the shit out of him like a
they're in
baby.
the middle of fighting, and then like they stop and look at each other, and then
Neil likes
start making out.
he likes
Like
being a
the
sub.
the stuff you see in rom-coms, they literally did that unironically in this
game about
goddamn
zombies.
game.
Nice.
and
And
can I just say one thing
Much
about that
cinematic.
sex scene? Like,
Yes.
and ignoring how Abby looks, ignoring the fact you have to see her fuck, ignoring the Druckmann thing. I don't think Druckmann knew how sex worked because he just goes
You know-
straight in.
No, he knows how sex
anything.
works. That's just how he does
I mean,
it.
like, it's
We
just
just
like
took
okay.
a
Here's what it is.
backseat
Like, they're
drive
mocapping.
He's
and,
how
like,
Neil
He's
Druckmann
leaving.
handles his
He's
work.
leaving. He's leaving
Okay.
fucking. He's leaving. He's leaving like scrape marks in there. He is
Uh-huh.
not.
Man, so we're going in dry.
I have heard the rumor that he mocap both parts of that scene. I don't know
Yeah,
if
the
that's
actual
true.
nice mocap that. So
That
it's,
could be why the
Mocap
software-
both parts of the scene. No.
Imagine
no.
just being that actress, just having to like just bend over and just like
No,
Damn,
Lauren,
this is
like
awkward.
Lauren said no. I did not mocap that. No,
Yeah,
that
she-
is
Shut up,
not me.
Druckmann.
She immediately
Oh.
shut that shit down.
now
Was
we
like,
just have to ask
no.
who did mocap it. Because I'm not
No,
gonna
like,
lie.
A,
that's one of the
Druckmann
rumors.
literally
That's
fucked
one rumor,
himself,
but
or
they said
B,
he did it with
Druckmann
that
forced
voice.
an actor to
When
fuck
you-
himself.
When you mocap something, you get a person to look as close as possible. That's a man, baby. So what kind of woman mocap that action with another man? I think a man did that with another man. Like there's just one
I-
part where
like,
Abby
I
just legit
think-
disappear and
I
it's
mean-
a man chest.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, like at first she has like women's breasts, but then when she turns around,
Yeah,
she has like a man's chest. It's weird. I'm like,
and like I know
oh my
angles, but,
god!
like,
I think
that's not a
he
different
might
angle.
have.
Basically,
Can you?
Abby,
you
basically, Abby goes Super Saiyan Kale.
right?
yo,
Dude.
Megatron, you okay, dude?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Just want to make sure you're okay, buddy.
Oh,
Also-
I'm totally fine.
Oh, here we go.
Also,
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
wait. Oh yeah, now I remember. Also, fuck Abby's name because he literally went out of her way to call her Abby because the nickname Abs is given to her. So fuck Neil Druckmann for that.
I'm so clever.
God.
I
bet
mean,
that's
like,
an
there's
episode.
nothing wrong with a muscular woman now. Don't get me wrong. She-Hulk is like one of the
I
is-
let her kill me
is
with her thighs.
yeah, like that's how I want to go out. That's how I want to go out. If I could die
I'll
anyway,
lose that battle, but you know what? Still beat. Or what happened?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people would
I'll
get
still
over it if she was like if people liked the character. It just doesn't seem like
yeah, if you liked her,
it
at
was
least
like
I'm
she was like made to be polarizing, and then she's like her looks are also made to be polarizing. I think you know, it's too
I
much
don't-
of both. It's too much on both ends.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Burning Exeter. Thinker question: what do you guys think of the upcoming Last of Us show on HBO? They're gonna fuck it over.
The thing about that show is, even if it's good, the damage that Last of Us 2 has done.
I think
It's
if
gonna be a Solo all over again.
Nah,
Remember
I think
what
most
happened
people
to
get over it
Solo
'cause they
because of
don't
the Last Jedi?
I have faith in it if Neil Druckmann is A, nowhere near that production, and B,
I don't think he is.
then good because
Well, I
Last
just-
of Us, it's me
I
and
don't-
it's basically a movie, so it probably can work well.
I think it's a whole different team. You know, just different bunch of
Like
guys.
here's the thing. Druckmann actually worked on The Last of Us 1. He actually did. He actually worked on The Last of Us 1. He was a co-director. The thing about that is
Away from
now
script.
he's like completely in control.
He's vice president.
So much like how the legend it's a Legend of Korra situation.
No.
Yeah, they gave him too much control and now they destroyed what they didn't understand to begin with.
I just think the show's gonna suffer because, you know, like if The Last of Us 2 was an ass, people would have walked into the show going, finally, yeah, let's see some more Joel and Ellie. But after seeing how Joel went out, and after seeing what
Yeah,
happened
like
to Cheryl
you
and
pretty
Ellie,
much
do I
you
want
pretty
to
much confirmed
live
like
lies and see this show and live a false fantasy of what happened, even if it's good?
I mean, like to an extent. I mean, you could say like this is a different interpretation. Like this could be like a straight up reboot, and I think people would be better off and be like, okay,
Yeah.
now we can actually
Good.
work on this
Yeah.
and do it right. Let's do this right.
Right.
Come on, let's try again.
We'll
Let's do
just
this again.
say the show's good. Like, all right, so this is canon, and the game isn't. Okay, the HBO
Yeah.
made canon.
I mean, here's the thing I don't get. It's like they're also like people are like, let's make an Uncharted movie. I'm like, well, why? The game is intentionally trying to ape like movie aesthetics.
The ape,
Like-
I mean, well, first of all, Last of Us 2 aped freaking Walking Dead entirely.
Oh, of course.
Literally,
That was like
Oh,
when it came out. That was like
have
the
you
prime
guys-
time of zombies.
yeah.
Hey, you guys ever heard of a show called Chernobyl?
Yes,
I've heard of it.
Yeah, apparently he's gonna be like the guy who's gonna be in charge of it. So if Chernobyl's any good, I think that the
I've
Last
heard
of
a
Us-
lot of good things about it because it's mostly just it's a show that just went over the events of Chernobyl. You know, it's,
I mean, here's the way I look at it.
Chernobyl is
It's not gonna be beholden to the games because
yeah, it's gonna be a
TV
different story.
TV and movie just outranks games. in terms
Yeah.
of media.
Well, again,
That's
it's
just- I'm gonna
mean
say
that
it.
Last of Us is basically a movie as a game, so it could work better.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just saying if there's gonna
Or
be an
you could
ego
just-
that's gonna take over the other one, it's gonna be the movie person ego. They're gonna get it.
Yeah, I just
Oh, God, I
wonder.
had a bad idea.
I just
I
want
had
to
a
know who's
bad
gonna
idea.
get to play these characters, like Joel and Ellie. 'Cause-
Keanu Reeves is Joel.
No, because now I gotta think of
Put her
Keanu Reeves
hands on
getting
the
his head
kid.
smashed in by Greta Thunberg.
Arnold
That'd
Schwarzenegger
be-
as Abby.
That'd be awesome. I'd be 100% in.
Keanu Reeves versus
Yeah.
Greta Thunberg, the epic battle.
epic
Get
rap
that-
battles
get
of history.
You get that,
Greta
you get that,
Thunberg
Matrix music?
versus Arnold Schwarzenegger. Bring it.
Just start going at it.
Yeah, like
just that, just as the Matrix fight, but at the end, but with
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger instead of Agent Smith. Dope.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is the most focused we've ever been on on a subject
Not out.
on my channel. So thanks, guys. You guys are awesome.
No problem. Hey, I think I have to head off, but I want to give you guys one more question.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, so stack all the three together: David Cage, The Last of Us 2, or Beyond, or Life is Strange. Which one is the worst in storytelling?
Here's the thing. Last of Us 2. Last of Us. Like, here's the thing. When it comes to like, when it comes to Life is Strange, the only sin that the Life is Strange has is that it lacks any and all self-awareness. If it was self-aware, it would be a great parody. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yes.
If Life is Strange had some sense of self-awareness, it would be a great parody. I still stay
It's
by
just
that.
funny.
So I'm not.
I just think it's funny.
It's just funny. It's so unbelievably.
Yeah, you know what?
stupid.
'Cause at least I could really laugh at the Life is Strange. Every
That's-
time they die, I laugh.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Every time they do something
And you actually get to
stupid,
kill Chloe.
I laugh. When
get to
Joel
kill Chloe.
died, I know laugh. I'm sad.
It's so bad it's good.
When Tommy gets popped in the head, I didn't laugh. I'm sad. I could do without The Last of Us 2. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Last of Us 2. Get that shit on my face. Life is Strange.
I just think Last of Us 2 seems more boring. I don't want to play it.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
would-
it really is. Like,
Oh, that too. At
like
least
it
Life is
really
Strange
is
has,
boring.
powers,
Like,
so that's cool.
you guys know, like, Jack Skeptic guy.
Yeah. Green hair.
Top
Top of the morning.
I watch him. I think he's still a good YouTuber overall. But so, like, he's playing the game and he's trying to be optimistic, and he
Yep.
clearly doesn't like the story.
Yeah.
And
I've
every
seen those
time,
people.
yeah,
Trying to
yeah,
be
like every
positive.
time something shitty in the story happens or something he doesn't like, he immediately starts talking about the graphics. So that's how, like, oh my god, he does not stop talking about the
I need an
graphics.
escape. I need an escape. I need an escape. I need an escape.
Yeah.
And,
Telling himself.
and it's sad because, like, he's friends with a lot of people who helped make the game. Like, I think, like,
Can't seem to do
Druckmann and
that.
him, and he's friends with, like, Troy Baker, like the guy who voices Joel. So he's tight knit with people there. But even he's like, man, I can only be positive. And again, like, he hasn't even gotten to the terrible stuff Abby's done.
Not
And
even
he's
that
trying
funny.
really hard to justify the game. He was like trying to go in with an open mind. I'm like, dude, you're eventually gonna have to, like, come to the conclusion that this story is fucking stupid. You're gonna have to come to that conclusion. I want to see
I
him
don't
react.
know.
I
feel
want
like
to
it's
see
gonna
him
be-
react.
I feel like it's gonna be the thing where people, like, in The Last of Us, where people are gonna be arguing about this for forever. Because I already see
Like The
people.
Last
people-
Jedi?
Yeah, yeah, whatever.
No,
I already
because,
see the
like,
movie.
Gideon.
That's how little Vimp has
Like-
been at me.
Like, here's the thing: The Last Jedi, in my opinion, it just needed like some time for people to realize how bad it was over time. But this game, with this one, not only is it more a niche fan base, but like, people actually have to, like, spend 10 hours playing Abby.
Oh,
You're
and
kind of forced
I
to
will
sit
say-
there.
we also had the leaks. If The Last Jedi had leaks like this, man, I don't know. It would have been a different story.
I mean, it did have leaks, and I think, like, a few of them did
Yeah,
turn
but,
out
like,
correctly.
Not on the scale like of this. Like those.
Yeah,
leaks
of
were, like,
course, not on the
we
scale
saw-
of
The
that.
thing
no
with
one
Star
can
Wars, there's usually
confirm it.
100 leaks, so
Yes,
it's hard to
so-
tell which one's leak. Right?
I
the
mean,
right
like,
Last
the
of Us,
I
we
mean,
had
like,
footage.
I mean, like,
we had gameplay.
the Rise of Skywalker leaks turned out to be somewhat true.
Oh yeah, because I mean those leaks were way more like believable than the leaks we had in Last Jedi. Last Jedi was like one little Reddit post or 4chan post, and it was left up to like well, some people just didn't believe it. I didn't believe it, but then
I mean, like, when they they did lie to us. Like, I remember when it first came out, people said, like, Ryan Johnson was like, "Hey, this is gonna be like the darkest part of the saga ever, and it turned out to be the silliest.
The silliest.
Like there was so much
Oh,
force. There was
You
so
know,
much
he
forced
probably
humor.
wanted that. He probably wanted it to be like darker than that because like I feel like there's like we gotta add pork so we can have things to sell, and then also gotta make jokes every four minutes, or else people will get scared it's not Star Wars. But like I feel like if he got his like thing, it'd have been a little bit better. But like with the jokes too, it made it even stupider. Like they're just like
Honestly, I don't.
My bad.
No,
really
because
throwing
like
theme.
because I watched Knives Out, and it's the same type of humor and the same
Is it?
style of forced comedy. Yeah, I do not like. Has anyone here actually seen Knives Out?
Hell no.
Nope. I got HBO Max. They just added that, and I was like, should I? Would I?
I didn't like Looper, so that's like I was like he's 2 for 2.
Ew.
Like, yeah, Looper.
Concept is okay.
Looper was all over the place, but
Yeah.
then like it just said fuck it, and I was like, okay.
Looper had a
fine,
concept
fine.
to get behind, but like
It had like a cool concept, but that's like about
The-
it. Like it had
the
like
movie,
Yeah.
the main cat is such a dummy. He's such a dummy. I was like, you're an idiot. Everything's your fault.
yeah.
Yeah, like wasn't there like a psychic kid or something that had to
Yeah,
stop
he-
like a
he-
crime
he-
syndicate or what?
He turned out to be Professor X or some bullshit.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
It was very
Um,
it was very obvious that was gonna happen too. I was like, okay, they're gonna finally find somebody who actually has like the real psychic powers.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot a good chunk. Like it was like that was my biggest problem with it. It was so forgettable.
It really was.
I barely remember it.
I had the damn
like-
video game. It was.
There's
such
a video
tragic-
game. Hold up, let's go back here. What's this?
Wait, what? There's a video game?
Yes.
Oh, I got a video game.
I know I'm not bugging. Hold on, no. I'm thinking of a different movie. I'm thinking
Okay, I
of
was gonna say. I was like, nah.
Nah,
thinking
dude.
of this movie. My bad. I was thinking about Jumper.
Jumper had a video. That had to have been terrible. Cause I like the movie. Okay, but like that.
game is awful.
There's no way at the time. Like I think even now I'd be like, I don't know if you could like actually do that kind of gameplay.
One of my
Awful.
favorite viewers.
But yeah, Looper was just weird, dumb.
Kill Florence said, one of my favorite reviewers, Cody Leach, praised Last of Us 2 as a masterpiece. Wouldn't mind it at all, but I think he's been so defensive. Like, it just really puts me off.
Because
Yeah,
that's what-
that's delusion.
Yeah. Okay. Like this. I don't know if you guys. This is one YouTuber I watch. His name is Young Ripper. Some black guy.
Yeah.
The way
Yeah,
he
I
said
know.
he kept it real. He was just like the people who play this game are just people who like the hive mind normies who need something to defend, need a battle to fight in their daily lives. And this is a quick, easy battle to fight. A battle against us bigots. You're a bigot, Slim. You're a bigot, Wayward. You're a bigot, Hatch. Megatron. You're a bigot. I'm a bigot. We don't like Last of Us 2. We're racist, sexist. So
Yeah, like that's the
must-
basic thing.
I mean, I am a racist and a sexist, but I see your point.
they have to stop us from being such bigots and racists with game sales. Did you not see that 10 out of 10 on Metacritic? You lost gamers.
But like I said, it's just one of the worst stories I've ever seen written in a long time.
yeah.
And like I said, like the biggest problem with it is you build this all the way up. You build this all the way up as Ellie, right? And you get to this climax with her and Abby about to fight, but then you stop. You go all the way back to the beginning. You play as Abby, and you gotta upgrade and do all this shit again. And they try to humanize all the people you killed, trying to
Yeah.
say like, oh well, this like look at all the people you killed. These were people. These were human beings. I'm like, yeah.
You feel bad?
There were still most of them were still assholes though. Like
Yeah, like I don't feel
most
bad
of the
for
people
killing
I killed was in self-defense because they either shot at me or
Right.
because they didn't want to tell me where Abby was.
This is the apocalypse. Almost everyone has probably killed a person if you're not a child. But even then, even a child has probably taken a life to defend themselves. Man, I don't care about your life. Get out of my way if I run you over with my SUV I found in the back. Like, we trying to make me feel bad about some randoms. You
Hey,
put that about a
Rosette,
dog? What's wrong with you, Neil? This is a zombie game. Ain't nobody care about that. Ain't nobody crying over that. You don't make me feel uncomfortable. Well, that's because I'm desensitized though. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like now they're talking about Ryan in the comments. Look, at the end of the day, and I don't want to talk about Ryan Johnson because I always go on the same rant. I don't like Ryan Johnson. I don't like him as creator.
I'm
I
sorry,
think he's an
but
ego.
I just found this meme where it's Guts, and he's just like, "It's okay, Griffith, I forgive you," and it's just those credits is directed by Neil Druckmann.
I hope to God they don't do that in the
I'm just gonna
manga.
retweet this. that is hilarious.
Yeah, that like here's the thing though.
Forgive you.
Like I really do hope he gets his revenge. Like even though he has at this point, even though like I think like Guts is kind of over it at this point.
He still
Because-
gotta go. Griffith still gotta go. He
Yeah,
crazy.
like Griffith is still needs to die.
Yeah, he's
But like
nuts.
here's the thing, like like Guts has finally found a little bit of peace because like think about it, he doesn't have the brand anymore, so like there aren't like demons constantly trying to hunt him down. First
Yeah.
of all, so that's a big plus. And recent in like the recent chapters, Casca gets her sanity back.
Yes,
so-
yes, she's back. The queen.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
half off. So talk to y'all later.
Yep.
All
Okay,
right, no
man.
problem, Hatchet. It was great.
Have a safe
Talk
one.
to you
man.
later.
It was fun. Later, folks.
Stay safe.
Yeah, but Casca's back. She has her sanity back.
Yes.
Which is great. And I think like they're gonna. I think they might spend the next few chapters mending that up between those two, because
I haven't
I don't
read
know.
Berserk. I just have a friend who really keeps me up to date because he just likes talking about Berserk.
Yeah,
I've
like
seen
it
the-
really is.
the
It
one
really is. Hold on. Steven Universe forgiving the Diamonds for genocide. Ellie forgiving Abby for torturing and brutalizing Joel. Same energy.
It's not the same energy only because what all thing was missing was Abby and Ellie just clasping hands and going, "Yo, bro, we both lost our dads. We're homies now. Now we're
I don't-
friends."
I'll be like,
Let's sing
I'll
a
be
song.
like, bitch, you don't like. I
You know
really do think
Hey,
like.
your girlfriend, kiss me, you fool. And she just kisses Abby.
I don't know. You guys are. I don't know what the big deal is. They can just, forgive your abuser. It's cool.
Bro.
No. Like, here's the thing, though. I really do like people do bring this up numerous times, and Druckmann's like I'm super deep and like, no, you're not. You basically just said revenge is bad.
I know.
Revenge is bad, guys.
Writing.
But like, here's the thing: Abby gets her revenge in the first hour of the game, right?
First hour, right in her lap. Didn't have to find
Yeah.
easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And like, here's the thing: she doesn't regret it, or even she doesn't even apologize or understand why
Right.
Ellie would come after her when you
Feels
spent
good, she said.
5 years hunting him down. You spent
right.
you spent 5 years of your life hunting him down, and she's like, "Why would you come after us?" I'm like,
Well,
"Bitch,
You didn't think he had friends of his own? You dummy dumb.
you didn't think they'd come for you after you spent 5 years hunting him down, and then you're gonna have the gall to say we let you live and you wasted it."
Yes.
Bitch, if you don't get out of here with that shit,
So
Like-
she's Bison.
Yeah.
She's basically a Saturday.
Yeah.
The way you're describing her, she sounds like a Saturday movie cartoon.
Yeah. She's like, yo, I'll let you live.
she
bro.
lacks
You should have took that chance.
she lacks any, and that's what makes her not a good villain, because the story is trying to vilify Joel as to
but
make
remember,
his
she's
death.
supposed to be the villain. She's also the protagonist as well, because this game is playing 4D chess here. Yeah, I've never seen such writing.
Hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta use it. Hang on.
I'm just like, bruh. This is like, yeah. It just seems to be the modern trope nowadays. A lot of
Like, yeah.
shows, we redeem people just chilling with the villains now. No real
Yeah.
story or anything.
It
Yeah,
really
like-
does seem that way. Like they're really wanting us
Yeah.
to like believe
Shit.
in the.
She-Ra did it recently with their finale. I mean, most of the characters they chilling now. One character
yeah.
makes a little side comment saying, "Is this really okay?" But that's ignored because that's just for laughs. But genuine question though, is this okay? Hordak just chilling with us now? Okay, we're gonna
I
forget
mean-
what we did.
I will say it's kind of a trope in like things, but usually they haven't done something so. I haven't seen She-Ra, so I have no knowledge on this besides.
Good job. You've done what I should have never done, and you saved hours of your life.
Yeah, I did. Thank you. I got tired of that. Like I did that with like certain things where I'd like be like, okay, I'm just gonna watch a few more of it, see if I really think about it.
I still have not kicked that habit, which led me to watching fucking Harley Quinn season 2, and here I am again with
See,
disappointment.
See, I almost did that with Titans, and I was like, no, if I watch more than 4 episodes, I'm just gonna
And I
obsessively
did the
hate
same
it.
with Titans, and again, here I am, just filled with even more thread. I gotta stop that, but sometimes I'm just like, damn,
What about Doom
I don't
Patrol?
know. Which one?
Doom Patrol.
It's
Doom
pretty good.
Patrol is actually pretty good. That one is actually fine. And you know what? It also has one of my favorite cyborgs on television and the last decade or so. I don't like
Yeah.
Cyborg in Young Justice. I don't like Cyborg in the DC animated films. But in Doom Patrol, somehow he actually worked.
Yeah, I consider him like I was like at first I was like, why is he not in Titans? This doesn't make any sense. I was like, oh
Yeah.
no, he's spared. He's spared.
He is spared. He got the better end of the stick. He was allowed to be funny, charismatic. Cyborg wasn't just sitting here being edgy.
He hasn't been funny in years.
Multiple times he has gone, oh no, my mom, my dad. He still had the angst there, but it didn't it wasn't like times where he just like every second is like, bitch ass daddy, you lied to me. There were times he's like, yo, I'm trying to lead this team. You guys gotta get your shit together. I'm trying to help y'all. I'm here for y'all. And that felt great. Seeing Cyber do that felt great. He's not just freaking the Justice League freaking taxi driver anymore.
Boom tube generator.
Boom.
Yeah,
tube generator guy.
he's driving Miss Daisy in like Justice League.
I hate it. How dare they do that to Cyborg?
I
A
like.
fellow king, a fellow brother. Damn.
I still love him in the original Teen Titans.
Of course.
That was
of course.
great.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
2003 one.
We're just saying, thank
I
God he
think
wasn't in Titans.
I like him the most in the 80 series where he's like he was super sarcastic, like he was hurting inside and he would kind of lash out like that.
Hell yeah.
He had mean nicknames for every single member of the team.
I got jokes. Oh, y'all catching it. I miss that hair. I miss that look. Him and BB out here chilling with the rest of the league. Oh, that's the league. The rest of the Titans when they had Diana there. Well, not Diana. I always
Donna.
forget it. Yeah, Donna. I don't know why I said
Yeah,
that.
it was Donna, Kid Flash,
Hell Squad.
Molly
it was
Republican.
Donna, Kid Flash, Ray. It was Ray. I think Raven.
Yeah,
Raven
Raven's
was there.
she brought the team together.
Raven, and Starfire were there. Definitely there. They
Which is
just
what
didn't
Titans
show
tried
up.
to do but failed
Yeah.
by having her bring the team
Why did
together.
they keep making her a teenager? I don't get that. I do not understand this obsession with
They
teenage Raven.
always keep Raven and Beast Boy a teenager.
I don't
They really always
understand.
downage those two
They do Beast Boy dirty so badly.
a
I
lot.
don't
Like,
think
he
it's
is-
bad with Raven. It's like if Raven's even worse to me. Like Beast Boy, you can at least break him down to like, okay, he's just joke guy now. He doesn't have like his edge anymore. I can at least
Joke
I can at least
But,
understand
like,
like
That's what I liked about. That's why I really don't like. That's why I like this pre-Flashpoint thing, because like they made him. He started off as a real joke character, but he slowly like kind of low key became like a leader, and was more mature, and like his relationship with Raven got more mature, and I was like, okay, I like it. And then like he had the and then he had like the Beast Man transformation that he used.
Oh yeah, that
Oh, dude, man.
that was cool.
What'd you say?
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, like
One-
and I was like, I liked this character, but then they and
Remember
then
he
but
was
then
red
like
at one point.
like he was red, and that's Beast Man where he gets like all red, and he's like,
no, that red one was like New 52, where they were trying to
Yeah.
connect them because they were like, okay, no, the green one's the plant stuff, and then the red's the the animal. So we got to tie him into Animal Man for no reason.
Even though
Like,
the green
he wasn't even
kinda
Animal Man.
covers that,
Like
a little bit.
they did that thing in like Young Justice where they made him like part Martian.
The worst thing about the Young Justice one, that was I liked it a lot. I even liked second season, which is not a very popular opinion. But third season, where they were just he was like, I'm gonna organize the youth protests.
The youth protest with social media. Suck it, dark side. You're gonna get canceled.
I did like the fact that he had an episode where it was actually about drama and his feelings and stuff, because that actually was a thing that
flashback. Well, not flashback, but he was in his head, right? It was
yeah, that was a good
that was a good
episode. But once it got started, I was like, oh, so this is what the Outsiders is.
Outsiders. I hate Outsiders so damn much.
I have not caught up with Young Justice because I stopped watching after halfway through season 1 to realize this isn't my thing. This just isn't my thing.
Yeah, so that's the thing I don't understand too. A lot of people were season 1's the best, and and then season 2 is terrible. I'm like, it was kind of generic. It was not nearly as good as Justice League or something like that. Or
it was I didn't really hate it. I don't know people.
But I thought season 2. I like season 2's ongoing plot line. It was people were mad that some characters weren't getting their shine and stuff, and that carried over to season 3 where they're just here's a character we're introducing, and they're gone.
Balance juggling characters it's a thing that not everyone is able to do best. Gotta be careful when you're having certain characters. Certain characters have a bigger plot thread than another character. Problem with Young Justice is they wanted to give everyone that even balance of cake.
Yeah.
Some guys are
you can't do
that.
that.
Really heavy hitting arc they could push, and some guys just could push a couple episodes, and that's it. Just
See, that's what I think season 2 did well. It actually they were just okay, here's the main characters. It's Nightwing, Aqualad's over here doing the double agent thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll every now and then have a couple other people like Blue Beetle and stuff doing their own thing.
That's one thing I like.
I'm just not into I don't like it when comics are superheroes are super serious. That's just a big turnoff for me.
I'll agree with you on that part because I like to think for example, the costumes were so boring. There's 3 different Robins, and none of them had green in their outfit. Not a single one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a kind of a turnoff to me. People will always be like, "Yo, yeah, man, look at this the one from the DCEU that it's all trash and stuff like that." It's it's just red and black. I'm like, "Oh, that's a great costume."
I still think that the DC the original tip the Bruce Timm, Dwayne McDuffie DC animated universe is still the best one. The best incarnation of the Justice League period.
I think it is too, because actually because it always felt weird when they did the because they always had to have one person to be changed to be a certain thing. It was a little more easy to accept that way because the thing with JL is they're this is our banger characters, so they're all here. We got all their top sellers in one book, and DC's characters are all kind of just variations of the same character. I'm just gonna be honest, and then but they actually could decide okay, Flash is the funny one, and Batman's super serious. Superman's kind of relatable.
I loved Wally West and John Stewart's little friendship in Justice League. That was the best, man. I freaking loved it.
They kind of mirrored Beast Boy and
Beast Boy and Cyborg.
The only thing that ruins DCAU for me is that sometimes Bruce just can't help himself. It is canon that Bruce knocked up goddamn Barbara, and I have to live in this sad reality where.
DC. The animated universe. Bruce Wayne. He belongs in the streets.
We don't fuck with him. Yeah. He has to revoke his card. What are you going to park if any other person had found that out, huh? If I was a league member, bro, you can't hang no more.
Yeah, man, we can't.
We mean
can't
like
do.
as a hero.
Man,
not just a human.
you're a billionaire going after girls who
Right,
just
like,
got
bro,
just
bro.
fresh out of college, man. I'm
You're a grown
sorry,
ass man.
bro.
That's your
Okay,
Hit.
okay. I will
brother.
say this though. I will say one thing though, in defense of I still don't like it, but it's all. I'll just say
Mhm.
when she was introduced, when Barbara was introduced, Dick was only like 13. She was like 25.
Yeah,
She
that's
was actually
true.
closer to his age, and like they kind of hinted at in the first her first appearance. She's like, "Oh, I'm kind of interested in him or whatever."
Yeah,
Eh,
boy,
they're-
give me some of that Bruce.
Yeah, they were kind of setting up for it. So like I see it.
The only reason I can't
I
see
don't
it.
agree. I still don't agree because
Yeah, I think that was a really,
I don't. Yeah,
really
I don't like.
bad move.
Yeah,
And
to
I
the-
don't, and I, and I,
Rebecca
and I
was
think
not
like
that old
another.
And Robin, were they not like around the same age when she was introduced to the DCAU?
Which
Back
one?
on- back
They're still they're kind of because like they also aged up
A little
Dick
gap,
somewhat
right?
in the in that version because it's kind of funny when they first started the Batman show. They're
Yeah.
like, okay, Dick can't be under 18 because he like that's like then he's like that's like crazy. He's fighting crime as a little baby boy. So
Yeah.
there's like he has to be 18. They're like, okay, that's kind of cool because then we can have him be in college and he's not always there either. And then the second series, Batman and Robin Adventures, where like they got Tim Drake in there. They're like, okay, no, he has to be. They have to get a Robin. He has to be underage, and he has to, has to be in every single episode, no matter what.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Dayton, you okay, dude?
Yeah, I don't know what's going up with my phone. I seriously have no idea.
You wanna speak up, or you just want to? You can just chill out here, dude. It's no problem.
Oh, I can still chill out and talk. I just don't
Hell
know
yeah.
what's going up with my phone.
Okay, just try to get that phone working.
Pretty
Phone's
much before
phone keep
I,
bugging.
All right.
Oh no, I'm
Um,
not talking about the DCAU on Killing Joke, Florence.
Ugh.
It's just the DCAU con where, like, while Dick was away, Bruce was out here, with his girl, and it's like a panel where like she's like, "I'm pregnant," and Bruce is like, "Congratulations," and she's like, Dick hasn't been around in the last couple of months," and Bruce
terrible.
silently stares like,
Yeah,
"Oh no."
that's definitely my least favorite part too. Like it's just like he belongs to the streets. That's all there is.
Yeah,
to it.
like
not
there's
the
just so
Killing
much.
Joke
Like I
where-
don't like. Here's the thing. Bruce Timm can really do good stuff with Batman, but he also fucks so many things over. Like
You can just be done.
Terry being revealed to technically be his son. That was
Yeah.
like,
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
but-
Some people say that's the real ending. I'm like, I just like I think the movie should have just been the ending.
Yeah, that's weird that Bruce was like, I put my DNA in you. I clicked your
He
dad.
didn't do that. He didn't even know about it.
yeah, like
Oh, yeah,
apparently
you didn't know, like,
Amanda Waller, and
See, this is
they
why
wanted
Bruce
to
is,
make
like,
another Batman.
badass.
So they literally engineered everything to go down. So
Yeah.
basically, they got Bruce's DNA. They artificially inseminated his mom. So
Yep.
basically, his dad got cucked by Bruce Wayne, and nobody knew about it.
Neither did Bruce.
And then
Neither did Bruce.
so Terry is biologically Bruce's son.
So does his
Yeah.
brother too.
Yeah, apparently.
Like it
then,
wasn't
like-
like they like it's not like they intimidated his mom. They rewrote his sperm to be Bruce's sperm.
Yes. See, Amanda is such a fucking weirdo. Who needs to handle her?
and then like they engineered for his dad to get shot or whatever to like mimic what Bruce went through
To
They were
put
supposed to
in
kill
order.
They're supposed to kill both his parents. They're supposed to kill
Yeah.
both his parents. But she
Yeah.
just turned it down. But then it ended up happening anyways.
Yeah, I'm just like,
convenience. All according to plan.
Okay, actually, the weird thing about that though was
hey guys,
My bad.
guys.
Yeah.
Written by J.J. Abrams.
It got like that sometimes though. But anyway,
Well, what's your name? What's your name? I'm Terry. Terry Wayne.
Oh god, that just sounds weird.
Okay,
Yeah, I
actually,
never
to like
said like
really
that.
make that real, like you'd have to like that like 10 or whatever would have also been his like biological kid, and they would have just like we're gonna not talk about it though.
Terry Wayne, look at me, I'm Terry Wayne.
But yeah, weird thing about that too. Also, that was weird too that the Phantasm shows up, and like I don't really understand what her motivation was to do this in the first place. Like she wasn't an
What,
Fan
assassin.
in
service.
the movie?
Fan
Yeah.
service.
Yeah, it was actually like a
Alright.
older version of her. What was her motivation? She wasn't. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
not an assassin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fan
She was
service.
revenge. Yeah, she was there for the revenge.
Man, she
Also,
is
speaking of other
ruthless.
actual good revenge stories, that's actually what Mask of the Phantasm was
That
about.
was tight, man.
That
I
was a
only saw
better
that movie.
Batman film ever created. That even includes the Tim Burton one, Christopher Nolan's Batman films, even Joel Schumacher's Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Rest in peace, Joel Schumacher. He passed
Oh,
away
yeah.
recently.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
But Mask of the Phantasm is by far the far more superior Batman film that has ever been created.
You know, I only saw that a year ago. They were
You know-
having they were re-airing in theaters in New York City, and I was like, "Whoa!" So me and my buddies caught that. Wow, so last year was my first time seeing that movie, and I was like, "Damn, that's a good film."
Like the one thing I don't like about Mask of the Phantasm is that like the joke that Bruce always like really always constantly mopes about his parents being dead.
Yeah.
In the movie, you gotta admit they really fucking milk it.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
that's what the themes are about. I'm gonna
Yeah.
fully defend that. That's what
Can
the
I be
themes are
happy?
about.
I mean, I love that scene though. That scene.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't get me wrong. I think like it's better to have I think like the depth of a character should be more should be more about impact than the actual event itself.
The
And I
narrative.
get that, and I do like how you can go. But like, here's the thing: I'm like, at some point in the movie, I was like, "We get it, dude, we get
Bad
it."
boy.
Oh my god, it got to the point where I was like, "Okay, we get it. Okay, we get it. It's good. It's a good movie, but like at the same time, I'm like, yeah, you're fucking milking. You're milking the fuck
I
out of
think
it.
it was
Jesus
important. I think it was
Christ.
important to bring it up because like you have to bring it up that much because it's like that's what
It
like
kind of tied to
it's supposed to be her
Earthquake
like
as well.
yeah it's juxtaposition how he's dealing with it versus what she's dealing with it. She didn't really talk about it, and she just kind of let it fester, and then she ended up just becoming a complete like she does revenge in the most literal sense where she was just killing everybody that had anything slightly to do with what killed her father.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I get like it's the whole thing, but like there's just so many scenes where he's just moping in front of the gravestone and like talking about how it's. I'm like, do you have any good memories of your parents? Do you have any good? Like, can I see those? I know it's cheap, but can I get good memories of your parents, please?
No,
we
no,
just-
no. They can never show Batman having happiness with his folks. Every single time when Batman's folks get mentioned, bang, they're dead. That's it. There's no happiness with Batman.
And like here's something else somebody pointed. I remember somebody made a joke. I forgot what it was, but like he's like, you wouldn't understand. I watched two of my parents die, and like somebody said, and then like somebody made a joke where like Superman literally said, Superman was like, dude, I literally lost my entire civilization. I don't think you have a right to bitch.
But the
And
rebuttal.
then like Batman was like, well, it's not like I actually had to watch it happen. And then
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter was like, well, it's not like it's a bad motivation, but buddy.
to be fair though, Superman found out not only there's General Zod, but he also found out that his cousin, his dog survived.
The city.
And then because of Bendis, apparently Krypton is still okay or something like that, and his dad's alive too, and like just some bullshit. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's not canon. I'm just not canon.
Not canon.
I don't know. I don't know if that's. I don't know which one it is. It's either New 52 or Rebirth. Either way, Krypton is still somehow okay. And I'm like, what?
It got brought back at the end of that Oz arc, which I think I was like that arc was garbage. I was like, man, I can't believe Dan Jurgens wrote this. I'm like, oh, once Bendis came, and I was like, oh, I get the full picture. He had to do that.
Yeah. Oh boy. I don't even have the energy for that. I don't even have the energy. For
that was like, because I was loving Superman up until that point. I was like, oh no, this is the golden era of like this like little golden window we had of Superman being good again. It's gone. It's already gone away.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? Like, what?
Like Superman was so good during that era. We had the main Superman run, which was by Tomasi and Gleason.
Yeah.
Then we had Jurgens on the one, and then Super Sons was like doing good.
Super Sons was really good.
And
I have a
people
friend who
sleep
doesn't
on.
like. He said he didn't like all that Superman stuff going on. He's like, it's just boring. Superman, he didn't do anything, spending too much time with his family, and he likes what Bendis is doing, and I was like, nah, bro. I was like, nah, bro.
Superman is a rom-com at heart. That's what it is.
Superman, in my opinion, what makes him work is that he's a lot like Batman in a way, except Batman wears his pain on his sleeve, while Superman, I wouldn't say he represses it.
Yeah,
but he always has a more positive outlook that tries to hide a lot of his fears and insecurities and a lot of his problems.
Exactly.
He's more about facing the actual emotions head on. Like I said, the first time Batman and Superman meet up, it was literally just some rom-com shit. Like they're just like, oh, gotta try and make Lois not as interested in me now. That way she can let me do my thing as Superman. Oh wait, she's getting more interested in this Bruce Wayne guy. Oh, what am I going to do?
Can't get cucked by
I love how Bruce Wayne figures out he's Superman, and he's like, yeah, you see me. Yeah.
Sometimes I know for a fact.
Like you're that guy. Yeah, you're that guy too. Cool. Word. We're homies now.
Superman and Batman being homies will always be superior to these two fighting all the time like meatheads.
Right. Like
Yeah,
that's one thing I can give about Batman v Superman. It's like that's more of a Marvel thing.
We're doing this again? Jesus. Go back to being
I'm like,
homies.
you guys are best friends.
Right.
Why are you doing this? I remember for a man who has everything, he's like, I got him a rare flower, and and Batman's like, he's not exactly the easiest guy to shop for, and he's like, Bruce, you didn't give him a gift certificate, did you? And he's like, no,
Cash.
I got him cash. He's like, that would be like that. Like Batman really, like he really would be like that though. He's like a homie. He'd be like, I got you, man. You got a check for Bruce Wayne. I'm like,
that's why I love the relationship in the DCAU. Where like I don't know, one of my favorite scenes, I think it was Superman's birthday, when one of them was like, I got Superman this. Where did you get him, Batman? Batman just holds up an envelope, and she's like, let me guess, gift card? He's like, no, money.
He's like, how would you go about cashing that check though?
I'm pretty sure it was legit just cash and not a check. I think he was
he probably, like, how would he do that? Like, regardless of Superman or Clark, how do you like cash a check for Bruce motherfucking Wayne? That's not something.
Just say you
just do.
I did report on Bruce Wayne. I cleaned his shoes one time, and he gave me this check. What a nice guy. I'm Clark Kent.
Clean his shoes. Got it. Wink.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean?
He's gotta wait. He's gotta wait three. Bruce said you gotta wait 3 days to cash that thing.
Yeah.
I'm going through some shit.
Clark's like, all right, I'll wait. I got you. You're my friend. I'll wait. That's one thing I realized too. how much edge Superman had in the DCAU. When I say edge, I mean like he wasn't like always perfect symbol of Hope Boy Scout.
That's why.
Many
That's
times he
why.
made mistakes
yeah.
and bugged out. I loved it.
That's why people. That's why people consider him. That's why I think that version of Superman's underrated. People keep saying like Christopher Reeves is good, or don't get me wrong, they are
I love
Henry Cavill and all these other Superman. I'm like, no, just like how people consider like the animated Batman the definitive version of Batman. The animated Superman should be considered the definitive version of Superman because
Well,
he is such a layered character.
Man's made a lot of mistakes. Like Shazam's entire arc was just a highlight of don't idolize the heroes, and not all heroes are perfect, and they use Superman for that. And I like it because I like it because yes, it painted Superman in the wrong for not trusting Lex and being wild. But in the end of the day, it gave Superman had good reasoning for it because Lex
Yeah,
has
like
tried him way too many times.
because we
And in the
because
end, he
we
was actually right. Lex did all of this to spite him. The presidency, everything. He did it all just to spite Superman. And I was like,
and
damn.
like what I love about it is that it really does show things from the perspective of a child, but it does so in a really respectful way. Billy Batson isn't just like, oh my god, you guys aren't the people I thought you were. He legitimately like digs into Superman and is like,
Right?
yo, dude, you gotta check your ego.
He didn't pull
Because
he
they're
didn't pull like a Tom Holland where he was clapping at Tony, but the moment Tony came out of the suit, he was like a quiet little kitty cat. Billy
he
stood his ground, chest out, said what he got to say. He said, "Listen,
and the be-
I'm disappointed. Y'all should be
and the
ashamed of
best
yourself."
and the best part about it is we never see Shazam again.
Yeah,
Ever for the rest of the series. Billy Batson I think Billy either he quit or he just had zero affiliation with the league after that. And I love that. I
Yeah.
love that little detail. Even when they all teamed up together at the end of the series, he's nowhere to be found. Just like Huntress was done with the league and said, "No, I'm not going to be part of this anymore."
yeah.
Um,
Y'all, this is all soft. Huntress on her own little journey with the question and stuff like that.
and like the question was the best part of Justice League. Was the
He was
best part.
amazing. Every
He was
episode he's in
amazing.
had me golden.
Okay, if you want to talk about the best part, besides Superman kicking
Mhm.
Darkseid's rear end during the at one battle, would be the part for when Clark fights Martian Manhunter to visit Clark's family during Christmas time,
Ah, that's a
And-
good one.
and they was talking about how Superman would always see through the press and said they weren't wrapped in lead foil. I just can't
Yeah.
I just can't help it but just get like a warm fuzzy feeling just for
Yes.
watching that. 'Cause it's just like it's just
First of all,
like,
Christmas related episodes in that cartoon. Christmas related episodes in all the DCAU cartoons are golden. Absolutely golden. One of my
Like-
favorite moments was Flash when he fought I could never remember this gorilla's name.
His name was like I think it was
remember.
it wasn't Gorilla Grodd. It was another like
yeah, it
ape.
was like a different ape. White ape. I'm calling him White Ape.
Yeah,
He
That's the
and
way.
White Ape
yeah.
had a battle, and White Ape was like, "Yo, bro, listen, they got arrested and stuff in the Christmas time, and he actually helped Flash with the kids and stuff." And I was like, "Wow, this is a really good episode." Man, really just sat in prison. It doesn't even look like he was trying to escape or anything. He was really grateful. Flash gave him a present, even brought some memories back, and he thanked him. I was like,
Yeah, he had like
I
he had
love
like
these
it,
Christmas episodes.
he didn't even have like it wasn't even really like a big extravagant gesture. It's just like one of those little plastic aluminum trees that apparently brought back memories
Yep.
from when he before whatever happened to him. So so I was like, oh, that's actually like really nice. And like I think and again like what I really like parts of Justice League is what they did to Flash. They show like he's very much goofy and lighthearted and has more
God, I love
lighthearted
that.
villains.
Yeah. Wow.
And
that
I
moment with
really
Trickster. For when that-
Humanite, Ultra Humanite. Thank you, pal. That's the White Ape's name.
yes.
Humanite.
Thank you, Dominic.
But like he got like there's like this one where it's like Batman and Atlas, and like they go out of their way to see like man his his villains are goofy and how Flash like handles everything, and you see like Atlas like being kind of being like passive aggressive, like oh my god this guy's such a clown, but then you
Yeah.
see like Superman, like I mean Batman, he's like hang on, this dude is like a man I respect. And
Right.
we see that, and I like how he handles the trickster. And he's like, "Hey, trickster, buddy, you
Let's
gotta
talk.
go back to jail after this, okay?" And he's like, "Okay."
Meds, take care of yourself, get checked in, looking out
He's
for
like,
But
he's like, "You caught me again, Flash," and he was like, "You got it, buddy." And it was like, that was a really nice scene. I like that. I like when
Yep.
superheroes don't take themselves too seriously.
I like when they can just relax. And well, one thing I like, especially when I one rule I have for superhero stories, just the rule I will uphold till I die. They need to interact with the people. It's one thing
Yeah.
that always
Oh, yeah.
takes me out of MCU
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah,
where it's just like civilians just don't seem to exist until they're needed for a big action set piece to raise stakes.
That's the whole reason why Jimmy Olsen's like a thing and stuff. It's necessary.
Yes, like I just need that connection. I need my heroes to interact with people. It's why I love
even
Raimi films, Wild West
Batman does that, man. Even
Yes.
Batman
Oh, yeah.
does that.
talking
Yeah,
to people.
I will say that's why I think people like get too into like, oh, which superhero would you hook up with the other superhero? I'm like, that's usually not the best thing for for either character.
Yes, lame. Depends.
Unless they're on
I
a team
mean,
together,
like,
it's
it
usually gonna be
can-
terrible.
Depends.
It can work. I mean, like think about it, like Green Arrow and Black Canary.
Works for me. They just need a kid
Yeah,
already.
she was
Hurry
kind
up.
of she kind of got built in as a supporting character thanks to the Green Lantern Green Arrow story. I think
Yeah.
that's I still think it like that counts as like the team.
And
I
like
think you really need
I-
to be a part of a team for the hookup to work and
Yeah, you
last.
Yeah,
don't need to be a
and,
part of the team.
and people say like Diana and Bruce, and they do have chemistry.
It could work. I mean, I prefer that over Superman. Man,
Depends how much
I
Wonder Woman you're talking about.
never liked Wonder Woman and Superman together. I was like, this is
Yeah, like that just doesn't seem
No.
right. They don't
Ah,
seem
they're
like
fine.
they'd work.
he's strong. He hot. She
they
hot.
made that weird in the Dark Knight Returns sequel of having Superman and Wonder Woman hooked up. That was just awkward.
Awkward. I
Yeah.
just love the fact that Diane.
Oh, that sex
so-
scene where it's like that was a hilarious sex scene, but it's also that's where the book just completely lost me and my ability to take it seriously.
Yeah,
They're
Dark Knight.
like, oh wait, Dark Knight Returns.
Returns.
I thought you were talking
Dark
about
Knight Returns was a
second one, yeah.
complete like Frank Miller
You mean Strikes Back?
cannot write Superman to save his life. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
the first one he did it pretty well because I think he was still like a character. Like in the second one, he like got written as just he was like complete opposition. Like that wasn't what he was in Dark Knight Returns. Like he completely forgot the character he wrote. It made no sense.
You guys mind if I answer this question real quick?
Yeah,
Go
no
for it.
problem.
Lawrence,
Yeah, go for it.
So the person in my profile picture, in my avatar, is actually the prince from Cinderella.
Oh really?
I see it now. Oh my god! Jesus Christ!
I had added the hat, and I had added some shading.
Oh my god! I did not. What the fuck?
It's from the sequel, from part 2. When he
Oh
talks
my
to
god!
his dad.
I was
Oh
like
my.
saying, is that like a Netflix show or something, or like?
there's like two sequels to that movie, right?
Yeah, it's
There's two.
from Cinderella where
Yeah, like the
he's
third.
acting
The
as a
third one's
character.
actually pretty good. The third Cinderella is actually
It's
pretty good.
movie. I think it might be it's just there's some fun scene where he's talking to his dad on the steps, and his dad's like, "You just can't go out there doing what you want." And the prince is like, "Okay." And jumps out of a window. And
Yeah, I like the. I know a lot of people say this, but yeah, the third movie's legitimately pretty good.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I haven't watched it. I've heard that before. I think it was Lindsay Ellis back when she was. I think it was back when she was still the nostalgia chick or whatever.
I don't know why I have.
Is Lindsay Ellis still like a good reviewer? I don't know.
She's got some like she's one of those people kind of like Jim Sterling where I can I'll hear and I'll agree with like a third of what she says and
Yeah. Same.
And then it'll get to that last part, and you're like, eh.
Yeah, that's what basically they're like this one. She both of them kind of have to like make like a section of their review where like especially with Herbert's like a long form essay where it's like a third of like a 40-minute thing where I'm like, oh, this is terrible. But the rest of it was pretty good. Like
yeah, like I felt that way about like I used to watch, what was her fucking name? It was fuck, I forgot her name. But she did like the Korra video, and the Steven Universe. Lily something.
Lily.
What?
Pitt,
Okay,
Lily
I think I watched like a
Lily-
third.
no.
Man, that
Lily
Steven Universe video was long.
Yeah, and
couldn't
it
even-
just sparked. Yeah, it was decent until she spiraled off into
The rant. Yo, that
like
Yeah.
the rant about how like
Too
Rant.
sexy. That's too sexy. Steven Universe is too sexy.
and,
What a wild rant that was. I was like, bruh, what's happening?
like, and I'm like, she said like she was like Rebecca Sugar is a Nazi sympathizer. I'm like, what the fuck are you
It got,
talking
like,
about?
Yeah, she got like they go into like those weird tangents like that. That's why I was
I mean, like the thing is, like, people have made the joke of Stephen like forgiving Hitler, but Lily, and
he says he's
Ashley was
sorry.
like, nah. Lily,
He
Lily
said
said
he's
that hard. Lily,
sorry,
this isn't a
guys.
joke. Lily is like, this isn't a joke. Think about it. Open your third eye. My brothers and kings need to wake up. This woman, Jewish woman, is a Nazi sympathizer. This
Oh my
Jewish
god.
woman
I
married
mean,
to a
like-
black guy hates.
Yo,
the long
bags. This is a Wendy's. It's
Can I
a fucking
order
Wendy's, dude.
Oh, son. Just wild. But yeah, that's the story behind my
Yeah.
profile picture. Just bored one day and
Yeah.
making Hotep memes.
What Burning Exeter
Wow.
saying, like, I couldn't get into Lily Pete at all. Like, even like when
Oh.
she was like, even like the early parts of her review were kind of just, it felt really, really mean spirited. That's like, I'd feel like that's the way I'd
Lily
describe
P
it.
is a meme
I
person.
mean, Lily Pete is a garbage person, but even I'll admit she
not
makes
hold
some
back.
decent points.
That's your-
Oh, of course, I'll say she made some points, but like that, I don't think it really matters to like what makes a good reviewer to me because I have actually listened to people,
a
say
review of
why
that
they like.
focus on
Uh,
subject.
I'm just gonna say I listened to. My bad.
Oh, sorry.
I'll say I've actually listened to people who actually say they like Steven Universe. I dropped out about season 3 where it was just like, I felt like it was like falling off hill after what's her face, the orange bitch. Like that was
Jasper.
yeah,
she
like
was like
at the-
that was the peak of the show to me.
Yeah, like honest to God, Steven Universe got bad after season 4, where they realized that they had influence, that they had a strong like grasp on people, and that's when they started like realizing that and taking advantage of that, and ultimately ended up becoming shit.
Yeah.
That's basically the best way I can describe it. The minute they realized that they were an influential show, that's when the show became shit.
We have the
Basically,
power to tell the world what we think about gay sex rocks. Let me tell you a little story about abuse. This gay blue one trapped the other one under sea.
so
But-
stunning, so brave.
I'll
so-
never forget how that Lapis thing made any sense with Jasper.
Yeah, like, and even then, like, they kind of made, they ironically made Lapis an abuser, but because they lack the self awareness, they don't acknowledge that she's
Not
kind
even
of
the
an abuser
self-awareness.
towards.
They also lack continuity in general. Like once she's out and she's on the boat and Jasper's like, no, please, I love you, come back. You could abuse me anytime you want. Lapis legit launches her ass with one punch. So when I think back to when she first fused with her, I was like, couldn't you have just done that?
Yeah, like I said that too back when the show did it. I'm like,
Like
why would Lapis trap her at the bottom? First of all,
control the entire
let me put something like you needed the entire ocean to hold Jasper back? Really?
Silly.
Jasper seems strong, but I don't think she would
Not
be
that
that strong.
Couldn't she
And
just
then
like
two,
put her in a
and
water
then
bubble?
two, and this is something I want to point out. At the end of the day, let me put something in perspective. When she fought Garnet 1-on-1, she got her ass handed to her. So
Yeah,
that
Garnet was
means
winning.
that if that
Garnet had the
it
power.
was,
Oh, they
it
were
was
a fusion.
it was a bit of a
Yeah.
it was a tie, so like they were fusing, and the
Let's
only reason she
power.
technically beat Garnet the first time was because she destabilized her. When it was a 1-on-1 fight, she actually it was actually more evenly matched, and she lost. So by that logic, if it was Steven, Lapis, Garnet and Amethyst and Pearl fighting together, they would have easily beaten her ass.
I don't know. I would have surrendered to fighting Shonen logic there. That's just all I'm gonna do. Where the bad guy got the Ultra Mega Tenkaichi and they're super powerful for no reason.
You can't beat their super technique.
And like then it ultimately led up to a good part where like what's her face, the purple one, Amethyst. She got her she learned her like life lesson and fused with Steven. That's how she beat. I feel like that was the high note for the series. That was where she beat.
You know what's funny too? When I think about Lapis's overpowered blue ass, I'm just like, how did she lose to the diamonds before this 4-foot grape Amethyst? Like,
what are the diamond's powers? I actually don't even know. I didn't get that far.
Yellow, he just zap you and you will like poof.
Neat.
Blue will make you sad.
Really? That's it? That's all our thing is sad?
Yes.
Yeah, like you're so sad that you can't fight.
So,
that's lame.
So like it works heavily on other characters because she's like, I lost my sister and this is thousands of years of sadness. But Lapis was like, you call that sad? I was trapped in a mirror, and just shrugs it off and was like, okay.
And then that's great.
I think you told me about that one time but I think I kind of get what they're going for. Like they're trying to show her development, but like that's
her trapped in a mirror is not the same as losing your sister. I'll just say that.
Also, like how they kind of comes off like the idea that if you're a victim, your victimhood makes you stronger.
It makes you
which
stronger.
I don't think that's a good message to have towards kids. I hate to play that card, but
yeah. And then also the whole like the way things are going with like trigger warnings, where like you see that one Sky whatever thing that had like the like every one of their things were just like this thing has outdated views, and it'd be like from like 10 years ago. It'd be like Aladdin. It'd be like the first Aladdin.
Yeah, very very outdated. How dare they make that movie? Very racist. Cancel it. You gotta recast that.
You guys hear about the recent voice acting bullshit going on?
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm waiting. I'm just over here, just like with popcorn, waiting to see what's gonna happen.
I mean, for me, this is come up season. My brothers and kings can finally earn their rightful place by the size.
Nah, man. What really gets to me is like Phil Lamar, Samurai Jack himself. You know what he said?
What did he say?
He said when it comes to talking about people trying to speak up against POC and trying to make false equivalencies between giving POCs more of a voice in the industry and shit like that. Keep my name out of it.
Good.
I'm like, boy.
Tell him.
Boy, I said, you know what I said? You probably not gonna do it. I retweeted it and said, I quote tweeted it. Usually I try to stay out of this bullshit, but I really had to say it. If you put your money where your fucking mouth is, you are not allowed to voice Samurai Jack ever again.
Oh, wait, is he saying that's bad? Is he saying that's bad? Okay,
he's trying to justify it by stating, "Oh, you're not allowed to use an example of me, a black man, who's probably most famous voice role is that I played Samurai Jack, a Japanese man." And he said, "Don't make any false equivalencies to that." But that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
And then he's saying like, "Don't bring me up in that shit." Basically, he's saying, don't try to make any false equivalencies, but I'm like, boy, this is exactly what's going on. They're saying you can't play a certain character if you're a certain race, and
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
and I'm like,
I'm gonna look through their lens real quick and just say that they're probably just mad that a privileged person has the role and a non-privileged person who is not white.
but like,
Yeah,
that's
taking all the
that-
jobs.
but that's
white
the funny thing. That's the funny thing about all this, though. I'm looking through this shit, and I, honest to God, have found more examples of the opposite happening. I found more examples of black characters playing non-white characters than I have of non-white characters playing black characters. I have
Yep.
legitimately found more of the opposite going on.
It's a thing. Like you're not supposed to make a big deal about voice act. It's acting. It's acting at the end of the day with your voice. You don't need a race. Hell, sometimes I don't even sound. First of all, what the fuck it means to sound black? What the hell does it mean? I mean, yes, you could tell when some guy might be black on the other side of the microphone, but like, goddamn, sometimes I want to sound white.
Yeah, like it's like black people have this natural like defense mechanism. The minute they need to sound white, they can do it like, "How can I help you, sir? How can I help you?"
It's called customer
yeah.
service.
Yeah,
You know, so yeah, sorry to bother you, sir, but
it's really a whole
yeah.
movie about that one premise.
yeah, but like I said, man, like, and then I tweeted this out: put your money where your mouth is. Stop the development of the new Samurai Jack game,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
get them to redo everything with the Japanese voice actor. Get
That's
them to redub the entirety of Samurai Jack. Put your money where your fucking mouth is, because unlike Mike Henry and whoever the fuck that chick is on Bud whatever Big Mouth or whatever,
At
man,
least
I guarantee you that the reason they did that was so that they could stop, so they could just get out of there while they could. I really do, because they've been playing those voices for a long time, and they don't want to be part of it anymore.
He's gone.
But yeah, they said Cleveland is no longer going to be on there.
I mean,
What I'm trying to say is,
Are they gonna say he's not gonna be on there anymore? Or are they gonna recast him?
yes,
I think
recast
that,
stuff down.
yeah, either recast him or he's gonna get
I don't know
killed
who can
off
do
or
that.
something.
It's not like a. I don't even think Cleveland has like the black guy voice. He just has the Cleveland voice.
The whole episode joking about how the man don't sound or act black. That's the joke.
Yeah, that is the joke. And like they even like in the Cleveland show, they actually parodied this joke where like one of the main cast members was a white guy. It was a black guy who was playing a black guy.
Right? Like, first of all,
Yeah,
Cleveland
like,
has one of the
there
most
was
infamous voices in animation. Like, how are you going to like replicate
like
that?
there's literally a character in the Cleveland show who was a racist white guy,
Raise
and
it up.
he's voiced by a black man.
Isn't that outstanding?
And I'm like,
But
Poetry.
real quick, I gotta say, I wonder what I'm just waiting to see what Funimation voice actor is gonna be saying about this. I just want to see it.
Especially you guys. I can't voice the
Like
Asian.
the 90% of the characters are gonna be Asian by
Except
default.
Titan. You get a pass.
I mean, like, if you really want to think about it, we should get rid of the Full Metal Alchemist sub, because at the end of the day they based it off of Europeans,
right?
so we shouldn't have a sub of that, right?
Good
You
thing
joke,
Japan
I feel like
doesn't care
that's
about our
gonna be slippery
stupid rules.
These characters were created by a black person. That way, even if they were white characters, they gotta be voiced by black people. That's just the rules.
What's next? Artists can't draw white characters and black characters if not black.
Yeah. That's like my main character in Kalos Master.
Yep.
I got Kalos Master. He is I don't.
Wait a minute.
He's basically white. He's basically a white kid.
Yeah,
What was that thing I posted on there? Like, like, I like this white boy.
Go get him, white boy.
Go get a white boy. Yeah. So like Valor's white. You know, Rosalind is dark skinned. I would say like her complexion is more Middle Eastern. And there's Omen isn't even fully human, so I don't even know and Roy is a dwarf. but he has a bit of a tan because most dwarves are really pale because they live underground. But Roy has spent a good chunk of his life above ground, so he's pretty tan for a
Oh, he got
dwarf.
that tan.
So
Okay.
he's black coated. Got it. Must be black
Yeah.
guy.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's more like it's more like a light tan. So, and I'm a black guy. I know my voice doesn't sound like it, but I'm a black guy.
Hello.
But low key. But like, here's the thing: the entire idea that you're not allowed to draw or write that's fucking stupid.
Very
That's
stupid.
just fucking stupid. I think most people with common sense realize how fucking stupid this is.
You know what's funny? Because like I think it's kind of racist as well. And I don't know if you guys heard, but what's his name? The guy who plays Falcon in the MCU. What's this man's name?
Yeah, like
I
I
don't
know who
know.
you're talking about. I heard about that story where
recently
he said
came out-
like when he was doing stuff, they just had normal people working on him. But like when they did Black Panther, they got black everything. They got black lighting directors, black caterers,
yeah,
black
because
this,
he was-
black
The whole
that.
gimmick.
yeah, he
the
said
whole
he
gimmick,
called it
and
out.
I'm like,
He said it's racist.
Wait a minute.
said-
You're
whole
not
act-
getting the best. You're for this black movie. You're
Mm.
getting people who are black to help. You're not getting the best people for the job.
That's right.
You're getting people who are black.
They won
So
like 4
you're
Oscars.
And he even called out. He even said the best part about it too. He said it. He's like, Disney doesn't care unless it suits them. And I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
nigga, this man's
These
spit.
people. These people. And I'm like,
He doesn't
holy
care.
shit! It's dude is like,
It isn't the
like
first time he
low-
said something like this though, too. So
yeah. Like,
like,
he's pulling some John Boyega type shit.
Yeah,
He ain't lying.
he said
Well,
something
because
like
he
this
got
around Winter
shafted.
Soldier.
He's just been like the side guy in all the movies.
Yeah. But even
Yeah, like,
even still,
I
he's
feel-
like he shut down the whole idea of a whole Black Avengers. He was just like that just seems racist to me. You need to put all the black people in one box and
Yeah.
can't hang with the
stupid.
others on the big screen. And he was like, "What's
Yeah.
with that?" And I was like, "Damn, my man spitting."
Yeah, like
his own movie.
it's dude knows the fucking talking about it. He's like, yeah, that's kind of that in itself is kind of low key racist.
Right?
You don't think I can hang out with Tony Stark? You don't think I can hang out with the Hulk or Thor? I gotta hang out with black dudes?
Why I gotta hang out with the black? I don't even know these niggas. I don't know T'Challa.
They
I
don't even
don't
have
know,
Blade.
I don't know Luke Cage. I don't know it's Luke Cage,
See,
motherfucker. He
that's gonna be the
seems
female
cool,
Avengers movie. Bunch of
but,
women
like-
who don't even know each other. Who the fuck is this and who the fuck is that? That's what's gonna happen if
That's right.
you make an A-Force film. You're gonna have Wasp.
Oh my god, I can't wait for that to
Looking at
happen just to see everybody.
Nebula,
I just want to see the
who fuck is
fallout.
this?
That's like
don't-
that one scene from Endgame, you know, where
Right.
people like said, "Oh yeah, it's all the women
All the
in the
women.
Avengers all
They don't know each
conveniently
other.
together for that one brief scene," and I'm
All
like,
three of them knew each other.
yeah, like they don't even. It came off as like super awkward and cringy because
Legit
these
knows none of
people don't know each other. This isn't like
Some of
a
them are
big
dead.
moment.
Some of them
that
are dead
about,
for
like,
each other.
People, like, here's the thing. Let me give you an example. When we had Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America fighting Thanos, right?
Yeah.
That was awesome because those were the first 3 Avengers to actually meet each other.
You know,
They were
even
the
that
first.
better
They were the
example, though,
first 3.
They did it better.
Koff
in
didn't
their
have
own
that.
film. They literally did it better in Infinity War because when Wanda, Widow, and Okoye, like, they knew each other. In Infinity War, they talked. They interacted
Yeah.
multiple times. So we're seeing those 3 stand side by side. I'm like, oh hell yeah, go get them, ladies. Go kick some ass.
Yeah, like yeah.
Seeing
it's
Captain
cool.
Marvel fly down, and she only knows Okoye and Scarlet's
No,
already dead.
it's
So
not
it's like,
Captain Marvel. It's Captain Karen.
Captain Karen.
Captain
Apologies.
Karen, yeah. It's
Got
like
here from
and
Australia.
like they try to like do this like it really did come off as cringy because you got Mantis there, you got Wasp, you got
Don't know each
you
other.
got who else there?
Valkyrie.
The woman like the Shuri, you got Shuri there, You got
Shuri, Leia,
Valkyrie, and I'm like, and they're like trying to play like, oh, this is the women of the Avengers. You've been
Nebula,
waiting for this, and
Cora.
I'm like,
It's not
these
Wasp. Who
people
cares?
don't know each other. They
No, no,
don't
no.
know each other. This
No, no,
isn't like a big
wait,
deal.
Actually, are any of them even Avengers?
No.
No.
I think like technically
No.
Karen is apparently the first Avenger, technically,
No.
but I'm
We're
like,
not doing that. We're
nah,
not doing that.
Wrong.
nah, man,
Wrong.
that's
Like,
bullshit.
like,
Fake
on the
news.
actual
Fake
team.
news.
Scarlet
Like-
was the only actual Avengers member, and she died. And then
she was killed. She was killed off. You literally have this big moment where you show every female Avenger out there, and you literally killed off the first one,
well, I heard she
like
was
about a few minutes earlier.
pregnant at the time too. You know, when they were filming, so she had to like leave. That's why she kind of looks bloated in the movie. I don't know if anyone
Who
else
did?
thought so. She looked bloated. She gave
I
birth,
don't know.
so she had to be out.
Still, man, that just rubbed me the wrong way. You're trying to set up Carol as this like the epitome of female empowerment of the
It's
Avengers.
Karen, not Carol. It's
I
Karen.
don't know. The last one of those movies I ever watched was Black Panther, and they don't have any good female characters because they don't have Wasp yet. So and hopefully they never do. 'Cause
They've never had Wasp.
They had because that character Hope was like from
They
like
had-
the MC2 or whatever, like the from like Spider Girl and stuff like that, like a super side character from that.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Michelle Pfeiffer, and she's technically Wasp.
No, doesn't count.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't like you wouldn't. I'm really scared, guys. I'm really scared about the She-Hulk series.
I'm not scared because they can just have it.
yeah, they
But
got
like, man, I just
I hope they love it. I hope they love it.
Been. My
I
imagination
don't give
is
a shit.
awful. I could just live without it. Don't give me She-Hulk. I'm fine.
Like I have no investment in the universe.
man, I just it just hurts. Okay, it hurts. All right.
I'm
You have this character that you love, and you know they're gonna fuck her over so bad, and
She's already been
there's
fucked
nothing
over.
you can do.
So she's
I
already been fucked
know, but-
over.
I
I'm about to
know,
be out
but
in
to
at
see it
least
happen
5
again,
minutes, because
it's like being in an NTR hentai. It's like being in another hentai. You can't
Well,
do
those guys-
anything about it.
Well, those guys usually enjoy it, so
Yeah. I have 5 more minutes left for the stream.
Yeah, I forgot to head out
Same
soon.
here.
I log off because
Yeah, that's no problem. It's getting late. I should probably get off the stream too.
can't have these kids not sleeping.
Yeah, man. I hear you. So I'm gonna we gonna pack it up here.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll tell them the live
Alright.
no longer anyways. We had everything we needed.
This was probably my most successful stream ever. Thank you guys so much for all
No
this. Thank-
problemo.
Yep.
This was fun.
Oh yes.
all right, yeah. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later.
Pack
Later.
it up. See y'all later. Stay safe.